It's a quiet town in southern Ustalav on the banks of Lake Incarthen. Hardly a memorable thing about it, up until recently. The city's citadel fell silent, the guards all disappeared. Then of course there was that business at the asylum. The Count's men showed back up. They're an odd bunch, enforcers and performers. Researchers, magical scholars. And the new man with them too. They were sent in there by the Count, though he's disappeared these days too. He abdicated his throne, left his manor atop the hill. Who knows what fate Rushmore will face now? But I have a feeling these folk have a steady hand in it. Honestly, I don't even know how it came to this. The last couple of weeks have been a blur of activity, of old faces, of new ones. We've gotten everything ready, everything together where we needed it. Everything's in place for the join-in to finally succeed. We've been working on this for years. Kind of ironic that it would finally all come together after Count Vowels leaves us. But, honestly, Melisenn's probably right. That idiot's holding us back, if anything. Some weeks ago, we lost what felt like damn near everybody responsible for making things happen up at Iris Hill. We lost our best researchers. We lost our source. We lost our muscle. We lost what I thought was the love of my life. And when they came back, something I didn't expect to happen, that's for sure. Something's wrong. Melisenn tried to explain this to me, what she saw. Apparently the Count took that alien woman up into some dreamscape and met with a man that took their memories, took their minds and spit them back out, completely crossed. Now, for whatever reason, whatever's gotten into their heads, they think they have to stop this. They think... I don't know what they think. It's thanks to them we even got this far. But I've tried. I can't make them understand what we're doing here. They were willing to kill to make this happen. They were willing to die for it. Well, if it comes to it, so am I. And here, down beneath Iris Hill, in the lowest levels underneath the Count's estate, the five of you have come face to face with leaders of the cult that have taken over Thrushmore. Risi, standing before you here. You can see in her eyes, her mind is racing. She's armed a fair bit more heavily than when last you saw her. This is no quick ambush in the night. She's got a heavy black coat drawn about her shoulders, chainmail running down her legs, bright green eyes, walking with each of you in turn before finally falling uneasy. Rapier raised in one hand, and a dagger up in a grip in the other. She stands in her position, ready to defend the leader of this cult. A leader that once, most of you, knew fairly well. Melisenn Kokoro, who was once a great friend, partner, perhaps mentor, even to Campy. with all the work that you did. You all remember your time here. You remember standing with them in a circle around a stone, placed in a massive domed chamber, yellow runes etched across every face of this 4-foot squared monolith. A body on the floor of a man, his lifeblood running out into the tile, pooling around the star stella itself, as Melisenn stands over him, confusion quickly turning to fury in her face. Cammy, you can't see much but the floor. As you look down, your tiny feet not even poking out from the hem of your robes, tears blurring your vision, MD towering over her, and Melisenn, as she storms up to Cammy, yelling words you can't even remember, that you barely even process, as you can't take your eyes off the body laying in front of the monolith here. The room is filled with an almost ethereal music from a violin as Easy in the back of the room continues to play. You're looking past the stone, past this body, Melisenn, Cammy, and MD at the far side, surrounded by yet more faces you used to recognize, as you feel a hand in your back, comforting, soothing. You know who stands next to you. And Trey, off to the side of all of this, dressed up in the same hooded robe as everyone else, barely hearing the yelling, barely hearing the music, hearing the gentle drops of blood running down from the knife in your hand as they drip and drip into a small pool at the floor at your feet. You look at the body. You look over at Melisenn and Cammy. You see Melisenn storm through the ring. The figure's parting to make way for her as she walks back towards the stairs and towards another figure. No cloak, no robe, but black lenses set in round glasses, almost perched atop a massive beard hanging down in front of his chest, and a huge, heavy fur coat hanging over his shoulders. A large man looms near the stairs. He simply looks, raising an eyebrow, down towards Melisenn as she passes, goes to say something, and she just blows past him wordlessly. He looks over towards the ritual, confused. Shakes his head and follows her up the stairs. A face of a man you all now know must be Count Hasserton Lowndes IV. But now you stand outside this circle entirely, at the base of the stairs where the Count once stood, as a similar ritual takes place behind you, as your attention is focused for the moment on Melisenn and Risi at the far end of the hall, in a chamber even grander than the one the ritual took place in, a ring of squared pillars surrounding a huge pool, and a strange throne standing at the far end. It has taken you a lot to get here. You have been through numerous hells to reach this place. Before we get into anything, let us quickly recap who we have. The outsider here first.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the dwarf ranger, ghoul person who's kind of also nervous. Yep.
What are you nervous about? You don't even know these people. Sure are a lot of them, though.
It's a lot.
I'm Colby. I play MD, our very large, very friendly, very cuddly, full-blooded orc rogue.
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the hobgoblin frontline fighter with his big ol' football-shaped helmet, pokey stick, and full plate.
I'm Sully. I play Cammy, the itty-bitty gnomish witch who's ready to kill her ex-best friend.
You look like you're about to cry already.
That was an emotional introduction.
I am Kevin. I play EZ, just a regular human bard who's kind of just hoping not to kill his ex.
There is a cult of almost faceless figures, near a dozen of them, gathered around the Star Stella, who you once stood with, but you don't remember them. You don't remember much of anything, really. Not since you were taken to that dreamscape and your minds given to this strange figure, the mad poet that the Count decided to sacrifice you to in exchange for a book. But you definitely recognize at least two of them. As you look over to Risi standing ready, Melisenn, fingers just interlaced, hands folded in front of her. So, here you are. What drives you to do this? What do you have to have been through to be here now? What you must have faced, what you must have survived? Why?
Because you tried to get rid of us.
We just wanted answers.
Well, if you're seeking answers, I can assure you it's here that you'll find them. You've come just in time. I have arranged everything, and thanks to you, Edelmay, everything that you've told us, everything that we've tried, I believe I know what the problem is. Was, so to speak. You were almost right. You know that? You know how close you were? This could have been your crowning moment.
But you cut me out.
I never had a choice. What could I have done? What did you want me to do? Refuse the Count?
Be straight up. You could have told us the second that you saw us again. But you didn't. You didn't. You did eventually, after we killed a bunch of people. After we proved that maybe we were something that you were going to have to tussle with. Then you decided to come clean.
But
and say, oh,
had
why?
I told you everything, would you have even listened? Could you have understood the scope of what we do here? The call of Carcosa.
After what we went through at the asylum, surely.
Could we have understood it? It's my research! You wouldn't have made it this far without me. Without us.
In that, you are certainly correct. Without your aid, without what you learned, without your assistance, Carton, in these rituals and finding us what we needed in the Dreamlands, without your ability to find things and yours to find people, we would never have a chance. But I see now where we failed. You thought that the problem was emotion. That to perform this ritual correctly, for us to properly connect to Carcosa, to understand the will of the Yellow King, we needed to feel it. You were so close to correct, Adelaide. You were just there. It is connection. It is about understanding. It is about the relationship that we have. How intertwined we must be with the ritual itself. The problem was in the blood all along. We're taking people from the streets. We're finding those who had no family, who had no kin, who no one would miss. Nameless, faceless sacrifices. Pointless blood. Ritual doesn't work, it doesn't focus around just having any blood. And with your offering, the last time you were around to aid us, was the closest we ever came, and I lost my temper because I thought it was your fault. I thought you just didn't care enough. But no, it still wasn't enough. Not even when it was your husband on the floor. We need someone committed, someone who's been here since the beginning, someone who knows what this ritual is, someone who's made the sacrifices themselves, willingly. Do you not remember? Adelme, it was your plan. It was your breakthrough. You thought that would give you something enough, a strong enough connection, a feeling that would send it over the edge. You don't even remember him, but you remember me. That is why it didn't work.
Then perhaps you should have been the one.
Perhaps I will be. You came here for a reason. You intend to, what? Fight us? Strike us down? At the moment of this ascension? Then do it! Give my blood! Give Risi's! Or we'll give yours. If that isn't the kind of connection, if that isn't the kind of sacrifice, if that blood doesn't draw the attention of the Yellow King, then nothing will. And we're hopeless.
Then let's test your theories.
She looks at Adelme as you ready your blade there, and as you do,
A hero point
Hussein.
falls from the sky.
221. Let me give you a moment to process here, because this
How
man,
you doing?
You didn't think he could shake you.
Oh, gosh.
You didn't think there was more.
There's always.
You thought you were done?
Oh, man.
A hero point for everyone. Maybe not for the fight, but for something dumb later. Good luck. Hussein 221, handing them down the table here. Just take it from the top and pass it down.
It's one of those magic items. You're legally entitled to tell me.
I imagine if you drew it, you would have exploded immediately, so it's not that.
Roll back. Hands off.
You have tumble through and roll back. You're ready to do a gymnastic routine. You're going to style on them.
Push through the pain. I'm fine, but that one took a lot out of me.
Well, I knew that.
Tuck and roll. Too high.
Got a lot of rolling related hero points.
Misdirected attack. Are you gonna let them beat on you like that?
Make way, coming through.
This was from... I'm so sorry.
A sane,
I'm sorry.
a sane 221.
Thank you.
You're a little distracted right now.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
gonna put that in the dumb pile.
I can't. Sully, are you okay?
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
Just making sure.
Whew.
Trey readies his weapon, but Melison's gaze is fixed on Kim. You see her eyes are moving across the group of you, clearly more sizing up threats than anything else. She's ready for whatever is going to come. Although her gaze does keep jumping back to Easy, she cannot help herself.
You're serious.
About what? Nothing. You have regardless of how things have arranged themselves now, I had no intent to inflict undue cruelty. I thought, surely, if you remembered me, if you remembered the ritual, you would have remembered that. What I saw in your mind when we met at the tea house, that was the day. That was why it shook you. That was why I was so angry. That was why I thought it was your fault.
In that vision, really?
I said it before, but perhaps the words hold more meaning now. I'm sorry.
No, you're
for
lying.
how I react.
You're lying. You're lying, because usually when somebody says something like that, then we all go blank for a second and you remember something. If that were true, I'd remember.
And Risi speaks up here. It was who you brought.
No.
Look, I talked to Melisenn afterward. This is why she was angry in the first place.
Gosh, Risi, shut up! You have only made things worse.
Well, worse for you, maybe. But
Worse for yourself.
either way, this is going to work. Whichever one of our blood stains this floor, this is how it has to go,
I don't think it's gonna work the way you think it's gonna work.
isn't it? What do you think is going to happen, Brick?
We've seen visions of something similar. Those fleshy star things down in the caverns below. Their home, abandoned, empty, frozen.
Those starfish speaking nonsense.
Those starfish make more sense than anything that's come out of Melisenn or any of these cultists' mouth. None of them know what's going to happen. A dozen different people has given
You don't know what's going to happen.
Because you never told me.
Because
You talked to EZ, you talked to Martin.
I trust this is the right thing to do. Sometimes you just know. All right? Sometimes you can feel it, something's bigger than you are. It's more important, that it's worth fighting for, that it's worth dying for. If I have to. And I'm not afraid for that to be the way this ends. If my blood activates this, if my blood makes this work, if it brings us Carcosa, so be it.
So you're willing to sacrifice Martin. Like Melisenn sacrificed Martin before.
That's what I have to do.
And you can't say you'll regret that.
I can't say how I'll feel.
Well, you're lucky. He still wants to just leave with you. For now.
We don't have to do it. Just like,
I think that time's well past. But Martin, if you're not willing to give your life for this, you can still leave. You can run.
I'm not
I'll
willing to
stop
give
you.
your life for this either, though.
I know what I have to do. Look, I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen here. What specifics? Specifics just aren't my department. If we want to fight for this, do it! Spill our blood or I'll spill yours. You can leave, or you can use your blades. Come on!
We're putting an end to this. And I'll, get ready.
And draw my blades.
None of you, regardless of your words before, are quick to move. And honestly, it's not even clear who takes the first step. But within moments, as this falls apart around you, devolves, you rush forward. Risi dives to interpose herself, and Melisenn, raising a hand, calls out down the hall, "Finish it! Give your everything, your very lifeblood, for the Yellow King!" As the cultists move closer to the Stella behind you. It's time to end this. Roll initiative.
Not too bad.
I'll start with the cultists around the stone. 13. 13.
Do we get to
for
go twice before they even do anything?
the
How did
cultists.
you roll 10 dice that fast, AJ?
As Melisenn
One
calls
more
out,
for each guy.
as you look around, as you draw your blades and ready your spells, you see a pair of the cultists striding forward towards the stela itself, drawing out crooked daggers from beneath their robes and holding them in both hands in front of themselves as they approach. Easy.
15 on the die plus 13, 28.
28. Cammy.
17 on the die, 31.
Trey.
I got a 16 on the die for a 30.
28, 30, 31. Before we go the other side,
I got a 14.
I'll roll one more.
Oh,
That's in the debatable hero point zone.
Villain point?
Villain point.
No, we're the villains.
I'll take it.
We're crushing hopes and dreams.
Risi gets a 30.
Ha!
Which will put her right here.
I'm so mad.
give me my bless so I may lay upon them the 20s.
Indeed, a sane 221 bless for the man that just rolls 20s.
I can't imagine who that would
A
be.
big
for.
green card down the table for Trey here. MD, you said you rolled a 14.
I rolled 14 on the die for a 28.
Who wants to go first? Easy or MD?
Easy wants to
The
go
guy
first.
who casts buffs. Fair enough. That makes sense. Marius,
To change things up, I got a 12 on the die, also a 28.
who wants to go? Where do you want to go in this little pile?
I
can go
think I'll go after. Yeah.
Before
back?
me,
Yeah, I'll go
after
last.
easy.
After the buffs, but
Okay.
before the rogue.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
put
yeah.
you right in here. And
All
last,
right, roll the 48 for Melisenn.
I will roll Melison's.
Give us
I'll use a villain point on that one.
give us all scouting. Add us all
Use a
plus
villain
one.
point. Is she?
I'm okay with this. He gets the
oh,
big
yeah,
points
we would
out
have our
during the-
exploration activities. I'm 31.
I'm gonna recall knowledge.
I'm ahead of
You're
Reese.
31. That would put you here
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
with the scouting. I'm gonna villain point that as Melisenn calls out the cult down the hall and then turns her gaze back to Cammy, to Adelmay, to the rest of the group as this begins. Woo! 2 to a 17.
Put
Take
that
the
48
2, right?
on the table.
Melisson is going to get a 35. Which will
You
put
said
her...
5 differently.
What?
You said 5 wrong.
35?
You added 30 to it. It's supposed to be
Oh.
5.
I was like, I'm in love with you. I'm not sure what joke you're trying to make. I'm
You
sorry.
got him, dude.
Got him. Toasted. Over his head.
You're psyching him out already. It's good.
You could have
kind of rogue.
left her with the 2, and it would have been hilarious.
As you come together here, Melison's focus, as she looks down, does something. You hear no incantation. You see no movements. You're all well familiar with spellcasting, not just, of course, because you have a witch and a bard amongst your number, but you have fought many opponents that wield magic. And regardless of the various myriad ways they do it, it seems like there is almost always something going into it. But as Melisson simply looks down this hall, things start to happen. Magic starts to manifest. And a sane 221 coming back on the other side. Bane! There's more single numbers on your dice, right? I'm assuming that's also
Probably.
No,
going.
it says MD.
You know
MD. There are more than.
Oh, you know
Oh, it
MD.
does.
There's more the single numbers on your dice. Oh, I
He
just
knows who's been
I
rolling
read
those.
over the MD.
I did
Ooh.
too.
I totally read over that. I assumed
I
it was for
did.
sure. My brain just
You
skipped
did. I
that
saw
MD.
it hit you.
Don't worry, Sane. I got you 3 times on this paper.
Oh.
And as she looks, she sees Trey rushing forward quickly, Her eyes fall on you and
I'm rushing in
narrow
the other direction.
for a moment. Are you rushing? You look like you're turning away?
Yeah.
Then she is going to instead look at Adelmay. And you will once again feel a somewhat similar occurrence. You will feel a bit of a presence in your mind. You feel Melisenn interfering. And as you go to, I can only assume, cast
hold on.
whatever spell you're
Battle
about to
cry.
do. Oh, you throw me a battle cry.
Yeah. On Melisenn.
Screams at Melisenn, runs away.
Didn't roll below a 5, so
Yeah.
it succeeds. You know,
Probably not going to succeed at 24.
no. You know that something in your mind is pulling against your magic, making it feel difficult, almost painful for you to access your spells. And then she is going to... Oh my God, I was so involved in the rolling. I didn't put the tokens on the table. Hold on. I gotta get all my little guys out here. I was so excited. She is going to move back, stepping over to the other side of Risi, a little further out of the way, putting a pillar a bit between the group of you, making herself a bit less of a target. Canny.
Well, I don't know why I took his feet, so I always go first. Are we doing with the exploration activities? Would I have a recall knowledge?
Do
or
you have a
no?
recall knowledge? What do you want to recall knowledge on? You get one.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we have a pretty decent understanding on the whole of the other two.
Recall knowledge. Was I married?
Oh gosh. I don't need to think about that right now.
You can use it on just like Risi or Melisenn. You can use it as just kind of like a general gauge of their strength or what it looks like they're readying to do. Or you can use it on just human opponents. You still get information just like you would a monster.
You know, I'm gonna do Melisenn trying to target specifically if she's queuing something up in my head.
Okay.
She's getting ready to brain blast her.
For humanoids, it is society if you're rolling it on people.
Oh.
Because if that changes who you want, what you want to use it on.
Wait, oh, it does. That would have been a +4. Never mind, she's fine. She can do what she wants, even. The freaky guys in the back, then.
Okay, as you look back at the cult,
I've never not been asked to roll occultism.
I'm going to give you occultism for this one for sure. You got 14 was your occultism?
17.
17. 17 on your occultism. As you look back at them,
I like thinking.
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put together the pieces here. Melisenn clearly has come to the conclusion that this was going to be the end whether you interfered or not. These cultists intend to sacrifice themselves to empower this ritual. If you just run over there and start killing them, that's not going to do you any favors.
I'll quickly communicate that to the... Don't kill them. That's what they want.
Didn't plan on it.
Good. Okay, well, yeah, don't do it then. And then I'm going to kind of give... oh, he's behind me. I was going to say a slap on the back. That's not true. I'm going to kind of elbow him in the back and be like, you got shoot her. That's Stoke the Heart.
As you cast that, you feel a painful pulse rack your mind. Make me a will save.
Okay. Okay, I will do that.
You're getting your brain jelly squished.
Is this an effect that will make me take damage?
Yes.
I'm going to try and disappear first.
Dodge the brain damage.
I don't. But
Brain damage.
that was a 1, so it's out of my system.
Yeah, I do. You good to roll one there rather than somewhere else.
Okay, that's a 15 on the die, so that's 29.
29 will succeed. You will take half.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
I hate how many die that is.
You will take 7 points of mental damage.
Okay.
It's all D4s.
You rolled like 7 dice.
He's taking half. 7 points of mental damage as this painful pulse, this pressure from Melisenn directly pushes against you when you cast a spell. And you know it is casting a spell that's making it happen. the presence is still there.
Cammy kind of reels back and like feels that sort of like tinge in the like stem of her brain as she's casting that spell. It still goes through.
Yes,
right?
doesn't stop the spell.
And she sort of begins to kind of keep going and pushing through it and fighting through the pain. And then she looks over at Melisenn and she says, screw it, I hate you, dude. I'm gonna pull out my gun and shoot her.
Whoa! The gun that's been in her coat for more than an
It's
entire
loaded,
chapter.
baby!
She just pulls out. None of you didn't even know she has a gun.
I don't-
Like,
Would we even be surprised?
Probably not.
No.
I
Not
don't
at
think
this
any of you
point.
have seen it.
We haven't.
She
We haven't.
pulls out her gun and a gunshot echoes through the
just-
hallway, and she just shoots at Melisenn.
I look behind me and I
Okay.
make eye contact with Trey.
23.
23? Thank you, sir. It's 23 to hit.
23.
23 to coat pistol.
You shoot. You're angry. You are not a gun expert.
I'm not.
The message is clear, but the bullet embeds itself into the stone pillar right next to Risi. As Risi just, what the hell? She has a gun?
Shouldn't they know she has a gun? It
And
was
looks
part of her
back.
experiment.
Melisenn looks less surprised, but a little taken aback. As her gaze breaks for a second, you feel this presence just vanish as she looks over at the bullet that hits
I'm
the
just gonna
pillar.
start
that's
twirling it on my
occluding,
finger.
like half of her hair.
Mario
I'm
sees-
coming for you.
Mario sees that and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know we could do that. Like, maybe I need to upgrade my bow."
Trey.
Just at Risi and Melisenn. I'll be back for you two in a minute. As I just turn around and move over. Which ones are the two who are approaching?
Two that are the closest. Well, the two that are the closest on the map that have moved in. There's
Yeah.
one as you come up, pretty much just on your left, and one on the right side that are coming from opposite sides of the ring, stepping towards.
I can get
the center.
into range of both of them
You sure can.
with one move action. And standing there looking around. Anybody steps forward and I break your hands.
You're good. I'm just like, because this map's gonna scroll a lot. We'll have to figure
And,
out what we're doing with the minis.
I will strike once at each of them, non-lethally,
Okay.
which is a -2.
Minus
correct?
2, yes. -2 to your attack roll for non-lethal strikes.
Give him a good bonk.
So 17 plus 9, 26.
26 will definitely hit.
Alrighty. And then this is a 12. So 22.
Also hits.
Alrighty.
They are cultists in robes. These are not demons from beyond the stars. This is not an assassin who.
18 to the first one.
All right, a solid hit.
And 13 to the second one. It's separate, like hit once each of them. Specifically aiming at arms and legs, non-lethal spear thrusts.
And as you batter at both of them, the two of them do absolutely stagger. It's pretty hard for them to push through this attack. They stop in their tracks for a moment, just literally withering back from these strikes, as behind you, Risi lunges forwards towards MD. We gotta do this dance again, big man! And thrusts out with her rapier.
Just some salsa music.
It's going to be a 27 against your flat-footed.
Hits.
Regular hit is the thing that we want to see. And again, as she rushes in with this quick strike, you again feel almost defenseless against this. But you, I imagine, this has been a couple of levels since the last time that you fought her. Feel like you can take it at least a little bit better.
Gotten better at predicting.
It's only going to be 17 points of piercing damage for the strike. But I do need a fortitude save as the tip of the rapier flicks across and pierces through your armor. You feel a searing burn. You know she's a big fan of poison.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it.
So, you know. I feel it hit. I feel the burn. I grunt. Got that one out of my system. And I'm going to
grows
use this hero
25%
point
more white
that
blood
I'm saying
cells.
221 has given me before. I'm loaded up on hero points from him.
My villain point was also a sane. 221. We're all
It's a
loaded.
total of an 18.
Well,
That depends on the poison DC.
18 doesn't critically fail.
That's a step up.
But
It's
it does.
better than
Yeah,
it
you went from a
was.
critical failure to a failure, so I mean that's definitely good because not only would it be worse, also you'd start at stage 2 on the poison, so
Oh,
it'd be much
God.
harder to get away from. That's not the good times. This searing pain, nearly as agonizing as the strike itself. The bite of this poison near equaling the blade. 17 points of poison damage as well. And then from here, she's going to raise the dagger in her offhand. And her eyes flit back and forth between Edelmay and Martin for a second. What she sees, what she knows you. Before she grits her teeth, twirls away from whatever MD is about to do, and flings the knife at Easy.
You can do better.
Second attack is going to be a 26 to hit.
Yes.
Now you are equally not really expected. So you're flat-footed. I don't think it's going to make a 26 into a crit, though. Equally not ready for this strike. It hits you pretty squarely. It's going to be 22 points of piercing damage as this dagger embeds itself into your chest, just below your shoulder blade. And I need you to make a fortitude save as well. You feel no searing fire. You feel no burning in your blood. But you do feel yourself start to choke.
Oh gosh.
I'm used to it.
Oh,
And natural 20.
They're freaky like
That's
that.
familiar. I built an immunity to this.
We're learning a lot of things about Easy here today, but good news! He's apparently very used to this one. You're fine. Don't worry, just cough a little, you're good. Look, it's,
Like old times.
what?
Yep, I remember that poison.
Is your turn, Easy, as that hits you.
Oh, it still hurt. Okay.
Easy should get circumstantial empathetic plea.
I'll look to Marius. I'll just be like, oh, Marius, you know, remember that time when you killed that slime? That was pretty slick.
You still do this. You still talk the whole time you're fighting.
It's how I do spells now.
Oh my gosh, can you shut up?
She's Googling MD right now.
This is me now, okay? So like, imagine if you were more quick. You know, that would be pretty slick. And well, you know, that's my rhyme. And that's haste.
By the gods, can't you just do magic like a normal wizard?
No.
Haste, you said. So what does that do?
So you're gonna get. I got it right.
He's stoked and
You
hasted.
get an
Yeah.
extra action.
You're an extra.
Well, this is a new buff the hell out of Marius. This is a strat that I don't think I've seen before.
Marius is great at playing the
You get in the quick edition. Extra action can be used for stride or strike.
So you have a fourth extra action. That it's I'll just tell you from experience, don't think of your turn as having 4 actions, think of it as having 3 + 1. Because that extra action has to be a strike or a stride. It can't be anything else. It can't be something like a hunted shot that does strikes. It is the action a regular strike or a stride. Still ridiculously freaking good.
Okay.
And you have 1 action left, Easy.
Okay. Oh yeah, and part of that when I was immune to the shot, that's grudging compliment. I was like, you still got a good aim, Risi. So I'm gonna need Risi to make a. Oh, it's a diplomacy check, so a performance check.
Okay.
No.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Where's the Riz?
Yeah. Where is it? I used the wrong dice. I'm gonna. So you're reckless charge by a sane. Thank you very much. This is not the one to use at another day. And I'm just gonna be like, no, for real, you're still really good at throwing those daggers. And it's gone. And
There's
it's
the
gone.
first one.
Oh,
Oh, it's
No,
And
It's gone,
It's a
gone.
five.
The level of stress
I can
that
get
Kevin
it.
has is directly related to how many dice he throws
Okay,
across the room.
so
during
it's a
session.
22. How's her will DC?
Dove
Not
for
that
die.
well.
got it,
It's
though.
okay, never mind. Will DC is definitely not a 22, no.
All right. Well, I'll still look at her and be like, it's all right. I'm trying to swallow it down. I'm putting on a smile and not a frown. I'm trying to be tough and give my friends a buff, but sometimes I just feel like a sad clown, and that's courage.
Along with the courage, MD needs another in reserve. Give them what they deserve. Scott with a hero point.
Only limericks.
And you can do it easy. Nebula 315 in the
Yeah!
chat. One for you too.
Yeah!
Pass them around. It's finale time. Go.
Block. That was the best I could do.
Surge of speed. Swift ones will guide us to victory.
I'm gonna level with you. I have no idea how many actions you've used or what you have
That's
left.
haste and then courage.
Oh, hasty courage and the grudging compliment was a reaction.
Is a reaction.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we come around to Marius, who is feeling it right now. I'm sure.
I can hear the machine gun getting cocked right now.
He got. You never. I don't know, have you felt either of these effects before?
No.
You feel like
Feeling really fast.
No, I
been
stroked
so
him
good.
once. At the
you
fort.
stoked him once. It's true. Marius is
the
like.
triple stroke. He's never got a solo
Marius
stroke.
is high. He's like.
You have potential to hit 5 times
the
in
world
one round.
slows down.
Dude, please.
I'm split between whether or not I should focus Melisenn or Risi right now.
You would have had time beforehand, obviously, to make one of them your prey. So who would have been your prey
I'll say
before the fight started?
Melisenn.
Okay.
Because I'm unsure about whether or not I should be.
Good.
Casters are scary.
No,
Yeah.
kill her.
Okay.
Good.
So,
Do it.
Plus, she's
First-
the only one that we have decided has to die.
since it's the beginning, we're still here. I'm gonna just focus really hard to try to get one off real good with Hunter's aim. I'm gonna re-roll that because I'm, really focusing and I really want to hit this.
Cannot
Dialed
stress enough.
in. He ho-
Focus a little too hard.
fixed point the timeline. He's too locked in.
4.
No.
Sometimes you
Plus,
focus too
Our
long.
champion.
I don't think it's gonna do anything. That's 4, 20, 22.
So you've never seen Melisenn fight. And she doesn't, as far as you can tell, appear to be wearing armor or anything. She's got literally the same dress she had on when you saw her at Tea House, looking entirely unprepared for a fight. But as this arrow flies out from Marius, her eyes flick to you and she flinches sort of before it even strikes, and you can see a little ripple in the air as some kind of force moves up to deflect it away from her before it lands.
Okay. Okay.
You got 1+1 left, I think.
Yes. So I will. Lots of arrows. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Shoot her a bunch.
Go.
It's worse.
No.
No,
Two and
Marcus.
Pink.
Don't worry. This is
Gonna
He's
take
gotta
this.
get used
Gonna
to
take
the
the
haste.
secrets route now. Please, this isn't for me.
This
This is
is
for Cammy and Easy. The rest of the party. Don't do it for me. Do it for them.
It's for the boys.
It's a natural 20.
Oh! Okay. Hey, you want to re-roll that? Here's a hero point from the dungeon speedrun if you want to re-roll that.
all you have to do.
no
She's
way.
pinned.
Okay, 7.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now I gotta just remember all the things. Why do I have the
So you do all your normal damage and double it,
Yeah.
and then add one additional deadly die after you've done all the math.
7 for 10.
That's also pretty okay damage roll too.
I don't even remember why I've got these extra numbers. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just
I'm
wanna
He's
give
got
me some
soak now.
numbers
He's got
right
buffs
now.
in here.
It's a lot going on. Okay, so 7, 10, 13, double 26.
Plus
and
1d8.
Plus 1d
10.
10.
1d10.
1d10. A 9. So, what did I just say? So
35.
35.
35 points of damage.
My man over here.
As Melisenn does not look like she's great at this. Risi is an exceptionally skilled fighter. She can hold her own decently well fighting literally all of you. She's done it before. Melisenn is a cult leader. She is a researcher. She is a psychic. She is none of those things. And it seems like just barely she manages to ward off 2 of these arrows before one strikes right into her gut. And she cries out in pain, doubling over immediately as she staggers back towards the fountain, pinned from the crit specialization on the bow.
So I think I got one more regular shot.
Yeah.
Yep,
he's got
you
his
got one
haste.
more normal shot because you got your hasty shot.
Nope.
We got
two.
one
You got-
really good hit in there.
We got one good one.
It was all set up for that one big hit.
MD.
All right. Taking this hit. MD only knows one way to go. I don't have my partner Trey with me, so we're going to twin feign. I'm going to do 2 strikes, first with the longsword, then with the kukri that we've drawn out.
Okay.
And she'll be flat-footed against the second strike. So longsword first, a 13 on the die. I should be wrong man for this. 30? 31?
31 will absolutely hit.
Another bless.
For a total of 12 damage.
All right.
And then the kukri coming out against her flat-footed, and she does take sneak attack damage, correct? She doesn't
Yes.
have some weird
No,
anatomy.
she is a person.
Um,
Like you can sneak attack her.
So 9 on the die. I'm actually going to go ahead and use this hero point from Scott.
Scott!
Thank you, Scott.
Little call and response.
Like to see it.
I like a 12 on the die. It's a 25 versus her flat-footed.
It's with the +1.
26 with her flat-footed.
26
Oh,
will hit
there
her
it is, there
flat-footed.
it is.
26 will hit her flat-footed.
We found it.
Okay. Woo!
Somebody write that down.
6. 12, 18, 20, 23 damage.
Good one. So you have 35 damage on each of them right now.
And then for my final action, I'm going to use the kukri to try to come back around. As the kukri slashes against her, it's going to come back around and go for her legs. I'm going to try to trip her with the kukri.
So some party does still remember how to fight.
I learned from you. I rolled an 11 on the die, so that's a total of 20.
20 is 20 is going to critically fail.
I do a flip.
That is legally a melee attack.
It is legally a melee attack.
So you're
I-
going to trip her, and as you reach down and you get kind of low, she pivots around, bringing a boot down towards you. She's going to knock you prone.
I actually knock myself prone as I take the crit.
It's a regular failure.
Oh, it's a regular
Yeah.
failure?
Oh,
Okay,
no, it is
yeah.
a critical failure. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You
I
can
just-
fall out regardless.
I hit the ground, and as I hit the ground, I kind of like bounce back up, like almost a flip, like a little.
Damn.
I learned some new moves.
Well, of course, now is the time you finally start to get it. Well,
I
see
had-
what difference it makes.
I had a good teacher.
Up on the north end of the area around the Stella, Trey's pretty effectively managed to wall back these two. Your interference is going to stop them from being able to easily rush up to the stone and take themselves out of the picture immediately. But still, they are trying. It's gonna for those two, their round is again just going to be carefully making their way just that extra step forward to get up next to the stone. Daggers up, trying to both fend you off and ready themselves with their incantations to give their own blood. You have definitely slowed them down with that first series of attacks.
No one else tries to move forward.
Everyone else is still. There is a whole ritual happening. There are sigils glowing around the floor,
I'm not
candles
smart enough
placed
to know
around
what
these
that is.
people. They are around the circle, chanting, channeling, keeping this ritual hours that it's been going, maintaining. They can't all abandon it and stride forward at once. They have to keep the connection alive. At the moment, nobody else steps forward. But Melisenn, taking this hit, staggering back, looks down, and you see fear and pain in her face. This looks like a woman who has never been on the front lines before. She does not know what to do as this arrow pins her back into the fountain. You're not sure if she's going to scream or cry as she sits there. And it looks like she's second-guessing it for a moment. One hand just down at the wound. She pulls it back and looks down at the blood, closes her eyes, and then screams. And as she opens them, you see a bright white glow emanating out from her eyes. The whole of the color in the pupil gone. Just two flat white planes as you all feel a pulse of energy ripple out of her. Risi, dueling with MD here, stops for a moment and grins. About damn time, took an arrow to get it out of you, did it? And Melisenn closes her eyes again, the glow going away for a moment as she focuses. One hand on the fountain, one still at the wound. And then she looks squarely at Risi. And you see Risi surround you. You don't see Risi, you see Risis. 2, 3, 4 of them. You're not even sure. Just a blur swirling around you in every direction, attacking you from every angle. It's almost impossible to keep track of who is even who. And then Melisenn turns her gaze to you. Make me a fortitude save.
Rolled a 2. The 14 total.
That's yeah.
Yeah, he told me to use it for something dumb. This isn't dumb. This is very important. I'm sorry, saying I fail expectations all the time. That's my job. My mind is racing. Like, I am trying my edge. I'm trying to figure. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I rolled a 13 instead of a 2, so that's a total of 25.
25 is a regular failure. You feel something that's almost difficult for me to describe. It's not so much a physical sensation. It's not a pain. It's not anything even concrete. It is just a sense that you know that you are going to die here.
Oh.
I know what this is.
You are weak to piercing damage. And you know if you fall in this duel with Risi, you will not get back up. Cammy.
That's a fun one.
Oh, maybe it's not what I thought it was.
You, the presence, you don't feel this
that's
presence anymore. It's, Melisenn's a little focused elsewhere right now. It's a little busy.
I'm gonna sustain on Marius. That's for sure. That's our man right there.
Okay.
And now is Melisenn still pinned?
Yes, she did not
Okay.
take an action to pull the arrow out. She is still doubled over, stuck to the fountain from the force of this shot. She can't move and hasn't tried to.
Okay. Would you say that she's casting a shadow?
I would say she's casting several shadows. There are many sconces around the room. She's just surrounded by shadows.
It'll only take one. As all around her, the shadows, multiple shadows casted from these different lanterns in this candlelit room, all start to morph, creating several mirrored images of the same visage. As Cammy looks her way and double taps, and they all form into a Cammy who's going to elbow her down. This is Malicious Shadow.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit her.
Are they Cammy sized? Is
Yes.
she getting elbow dropped by a child?
It's like 10
Yes!
elbows.
Okay.
10
Coming
elbows
down
all
in the
at
air.
There's 3
Cammy-
Cammys in a trench coat.
It's Cammy with the steel chair.
I hate her. Where's my? I'm so mad. What do I roll?
It's a spell attack roll, I'm pretty sure, for Malicious Shadow.
Yes.
So that should be at the top left of your character sheet on the spellcasting
There it
page.
is. There it is. And I don't have the extra D10 right now. I don't. Because it's a focus. Okay, I'm ready. I'm excited.
Roll that 20.
I'm going
Elbow
to.
dropper.
I don't think that's gonna hit her.
That's the sound of thinking.
You do have 3 cards.
I do have 3 cards.
Use them.
And a very nice audience at home. I'm going to use. Let me see who gave this to me. I believe that this is Scott.
Scott!
I'm gonna cast this in. As I as I start to come in, I kind of change my target a little bit, going right there for the spot on her neck. Oh, that's worse. I shouldn't have done
Oh.
it. It's okay. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, 19. As you try to do this, perhaps physical aggression, not really your strong suit.
Yeah.
You are, again, mad,
I am
but
mad.
not effective at the moment. And I believe that brings us to Trey.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
And as we do come around here, Tim C. showing up in here. Load him up, a hero point for everyone.
Oh yeah.
That's why you spend
Take
it.
him down the table. Take him down the table. Take this gas. Fill them up, he says.
An angel.
Use one on nonsense
Who's
right now.
got a spot?
Quick.
Who's got a
I
spot
have
for one?
spots.
Do you have spots?
I have 2 spots.
Then I'll give
Oh,
to you
give-
instead. I'll give Easy's to you.
Perfect.
Initial
Okay, perfect.
buddies.
Cut through the fog. I'm fine, but it left my head spinning.
Last second sidestep. Over here.
Endure the onslaught. May fire temper you and blades harden your
I'm gonna
resolve.
go through the whole deck today.
Yeah, dude.
I hope this works. I can't believe that worked.
And
And that was from
Tim C.
and critical moment, all or nothing.
Oh, and Scott also had another one for MD right before
Oh my
that.
gosh.
So take that as well.
Thank
and
you.
in the
Holy
chat,
cow.
Hermagistus, we need to even these odds, putting me back up to 3-2 with the villain points.
Oh, no.
I'm running out of space on my paper.
Here we go.
Alrighty, Trey.
So, the 2 trying to sacrifice themselves have moved up in front of me. I mean, I think this will be pretty simple. Just non-lethal. The first, the one that I hit harder, which I assume is the one on the left. I don't know where you put the. Either way, I'm hitting one.
Yeah, hit the one that you've hit. You
Yeah.
hit the most.
And I hit him on a 9 last time. That's an 8, so 27.
Yeah, 27.
Or,
all
sorry,
in.
26.
It's a dude in a robe.
Yeah.
He got it.
Will this take him down? Because now the numbers
Kimmy, how many
actually
do you have
matter.
right now?
How many what?
How many
Three.
hit points? You got 3?
Yeah.
Hit points?
0 points.
Oh,
Does anybody
3.
not have
3. 3. I have 3.
3.
3?
It's a special occasion.
3.
You just
12.
have a
All right.
few-
Some
Increase
good-
the limit.
I have it. I just, okay.
Oh, hey,
Give Cammy
limits
gets a
don't
point.
matter.
I was about to say, I could literally use one right
We
now.
are walled right now, though. Thank you, Tim C. No, wait, is it the thing?
No, hold on. I'm reading.
Okay.
Oh, but
Let
yeah.
you
It's
read. Well,
just about
12
that.
damage.
Trey roll.
Everybody hold
12
on while she
damage.
reads.
12 damage. That strike knocks that one unconscious. The
And
first man down.
The way I'm basically doing this is I'm not hitting them anywhere but like hands and legs. I'm here to
Right.
just stop them.
You knock the dagger from his hand. You hear it clatter across the floor as he falls.
Looking over at the next one, striking out at him. 17 on the die.
This man's about to get
29,
Okay, never mind, but it is a hit.
30.
Still a hit.
Yeah.
It was close.
Oh, if
13.
13.
And he's still up just barely.
No, yeah, he would actually still be just up. Yep, because that's when he hit for 13 last time.
Alrighty, and this is at a +7. 18.
18's not quite going to do it.
Well, you know what I have over here.
Oh, what do you got?
3 hero points.
We got him.
Oh,
it's his favorite.
I will
A special
use
treat.
roll back from Scott
okay.
to re-roll.
You hero pointing after I tell you a missed. I see how it is.
You hero point. You villain pointed your initiative after we rolled ours.
We were taking turns. Okay. Give me the roll.
That's lower anyway.
It's not good. It's not
At the
good.
start of Risi's turn, MD seeing her as he's getting the hit, he's taking the onslaught. So I'm going to use this from Tim C. Endure the onslaught.
Okay.
Play at any time. Give a creature you can see. I can see myself. Resistance 10 since I am level 7 to all damage until the start of my next turn. As I just stand up, just ready. I get down low, ready to take every single hit. Like there's no
Okay.
defensive in this. It is just
So
ready
you
to
are
take
both
it.
weak to piercing damage and resistant to piercing damage. And
Everything else.
you are much more resistant than you are weak.
So guess
So-
who got the thing again?
You get the thing? Did you get the thing again?
Magical reverberation round 2.
Oh, baby. Additional giant lasers. She is, as she dances around you, almost impossible to track. You feel yourself... I mean, you had difficulty fighting Risi. She is incredibly skilled. And now that there's a half dozen of them blurring through each other, moving, whirling around you in a circle, as they all come to strike, you hear Melisenn again grit her teeth and cry out in pain. And they all fade, save for one. As Hypervol with a wheel. Hero points may not be enough. Let's kick this up a notch.
Yes!
Risi is no longer concealed, and you are no longer flat-footed to her.
Oh my gosh.
And she kind of seems to notice this and just calls back, Mal, what the hell's happening? And, fine, do it myself. Whips her blade down with the other hand, quickly pulling something out, a small flask out of one of her myriad pouches she has across herself. Running something across the blade before she flips it in the air towards you one direction with a billion to feint. I'm confident that succeeds before bringing
crit
it back
succeed matters.
the other way. It's
flat-footed
it's
till
true.
next round.
36
Versus
Oh my
my
gosh.
perception DC.
I
So
think-
critically, she broke your
Go
ankle.
on.
So yeah, you're flat-footed until the end of her next turn.
Yep.
And then one quick strike. Ooh, that's definitely a villain point on that natural one. Thank you, Scott. I got one from him too from
I
the
don't
other
think Scott
day.
appreciates you using those against me.
He gave him to me.
Not fair.
He gave one to me. It went up.
By one?
Yes.
What'd you give
23
for my-
versus your flat-footed.
Yeah.
Hits on you too.
Exactly.
Hits
My
you
friend
on it
AJ
too.
told me +1s matter.
20. And but with your resistance, 12 points of piercing damage. Because you are much more resistant to it than you are weak to it. 12 points of piercing damage.
It was 20 with the weakness?
It was 20 and before the math, and then after his weakness and resistance is 12.
Ah.
And
nice.
you need to make me a fortitude save for this new poison that she has applied to her blade.
I wish to play. I rolled a 19 on the die, so that's a total of a 31.
That's good. Now roll me a fortitude save against the first poison that you still have affecting
Oh my
you.
gosh.
I rolled a 17 on the die, so
Come
that's a
on.
29 total.
You're good.
Oh my gosh.
They can't
Oh
see each
my
other
gosh.
Good.
She accidentally applied the antidote.
No, she used a base and a acid, and they canceled each other out. It's perfect.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well,
Uh-huh.
You guys are great at resisting poisons. Holy crap. I'm not.
All one of us.
Oh man.
Several of you.
No,
Oh,
he's
that's true.
doing.
No, that
And
that
she
would-
ate it in the assassination at night, too. Like, you guys have been doing
actually.
great. Like, Risi's a poisoner, and you guys are just resisting all of them. Like, that's the part that kills you, is the poison. The worst.
well, okay. So, I'll just be like, well, from Cammy, that was a warning shot. But Marius hits right on the dot. We used to all get along. What went wrong? I'd rather we not fought. And that's courage. And then I'm gonna look at Risi, and I'm just gonna try to throw her off guard a little bit. I'm gonna be like, I don't know, you feel the way that I'm feeling. You know that everything hurts, and I've kind of been left reeling.
Shut up!
You know,
Shut up!
I'm laughing through the pain. You know, because if not, I'd go insane. But you know, it hurts. But we'll start healing, and that's Bon Mo.
Ooh! All right, give me diplomacy. Against her will, DC?
Yeah, so performance, because.
Oh, yeah, right, performance, because you're the guy.
17 plus big number, 17. 17 times 2 is 34?
34 absolutely succeeds,
Oh
yes.
my god.
Okay.
34 absolutely succeed.
Is it a critical?
No, it's kind of close, but I don't think you have anything else that'll add to it.
No. So yeah, that's so -2 to all her will things. So this is good.
Risi's will save is -2.
Okay. That's that. I didn't think that would work. And then now actually,
I didn't think I'd get this far.
so I'm pretty. I'm feeling my oats, you might say, and that's something I could do. Feeling my oats.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You're feeling great. Everyone knows it in this moment. You're living your fantasy. No one can shake you out of it. Roll a deception check. Performance again.
No way, dude.
It's a natural 20. So now I can use that natural 20 as a will save at any point in the next minute.
He's going crazy.
That seems pretty good. Banking the 20 is pretty good.
Okay, that's that. And then
Man's got a
that's
20 on call.
Oh
What
my
needs it later?
gosh.
Ooh,
It's a good turn.
that's a
great
good
turn.
That's a turn.
So-
That's a good turn.
Does 1 damage matter for the guy that I hit? Who's
No.
still up? Okay, because I forgot the +1 damage.
Oh.
Marius.
Right.
Come
He
around
thinks
to
about
you.
it for a second and then just like.
Oh,
Oh, no, actually, hold on.
Delayed response.
You got me.
Machine gun.
Focus. Gonna hunter's aim again. really,
Come on.
really just kind of staring.
Reese's out of the
down.
way now.
Marcus,
Yeah.
you're our hero.
And so once again, heart of the dice, doing it for the party. Let's keep this rolling good.
Do it for Reese.
Do it for Reese.
Okay. So 11, 28, 29, 30, 31.
31.
No, 30.
30 definitely hits her. She's not a fighter. It's apparent from how she's reacting to the one hit she's taken, which admittedly was a big crit. But
And 12.
all right, 12 points of damage.
And now Hunter shot. More arrows.
Pew 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 pew.
It's 10. That's going to be 24.
24 won't quite do it.
Okay, one more.
Her telekinetic abilities
That's
do
not
seem to
gonna
be
do it.
relatively strong.
And I
One
think
more.
I'm still
Still
gonna-
hasted.
Yeah.
We hate that about her.
She may not be particularly proficient in using it, but her telekinesis is strong enough that she can just largely keep like a barrier that is protecting the worst of this.
So 7 or no, 18. No.
You got one in there. A lot of arrows flying down
Did you
the
add your
hallway
plus
here.
threes?
That's only damage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
MD.
I'm
Trey,
lost.
As
I
your
need-
turn
I'm lost.
starts here, you see the Risi really got you off guard with that feint. Part of this same wheel, she is pretty shaken. She looks like she's having, honestly, kind of a hard time focusing. And even though she critically succeeded, you are no longer flat-footed.
Trey, I really need your help over here.
Can't let them just kill themselves.
Yeah, but I'm the only one against Reese.
Then
Told
trade
you it
with
wouldn't
me.
make a damn difference.
What if I just go over and stab Melisenn?
I don't want to be in front.
It's gonna be a twin feint again. It's the only way I can get flat-footed against her. I'm not feinting her. So yeah, it's gonna be a big, wide, obvious stroke of the longsword. 9 on the die. That's a total of a 27. That's with his.
Dang it, 27 will not hit.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. With the second strike, it doesn't matter if the first strike hits or not. The second strike
Yeah,
is
it's flat-footed
against her
regardless.
flat-footed, Yep. So I'm just gonna roll all these dice together for an 18 on the
Ooh.
die.
Ooh, okay. It's
plus
flat-footed.
14, so that's a 32.
32 absolutely hits. Yeah.
So 6, 12, 16, 19 damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
You've done 54 to her.
And it's not going to be against her. We're just going to try to trip her again. This is the same. Literally, it's
You
a
guys are just
routine.
Grappling with each other. She's got one free hand. You've got the hooked kukri. You're trying to throw each other to the ground. There's blades just whirling through the air. This is
I don't have any magic on my side.
just a brawl.
It's just me.
a very high-skilled brawl,
And
but just a
18
brawl.
on the die. So it's against her a 27 because it's -8 because it is using a kukri.
You know,
Plus
26 is her flat-footed.
Heck.
Yeah, 27 isn't gonna catch her.
We know it's 28.
That was your first attack too.
Yeah.
The plus ones matter.
This one's matter.
So they still do when you don't have them. As you try to hold back these cultists as they approach, you take one to the ground,
I meant to use a card at the beginning of my turn.
and his dagger tumbles to the ground.
Fine.
You try not to kill him, but the second, near to the stone, a little hardier, focuses, finds her faith. Really, almost you feel to her the world falls away. She ignores taking a strike, pulling out the dagger, and plunging it into her own gut.
That's not a manipulate.
It is a manipulate. I'll give you an attack of opportunity. Last ditch effort.
So it's my mind blank. So it's 25. I'm very confident a 25 hits.
25 will hit.
Yes.
Okay.
And you knock her to the ground.
And yeah,
Just
damage
at
doesn't matter.
the moment. She had 4 health.
Yeah.
Just at the moment of her ascension. And as they both fall,
I told you. Anyone steps forward and I break your arms.
Around the circle, the chanting pauses for a moment before 2 more figures start to make their way towards the stone, drawing out their blades as well.
Absolute fools, the lot of them.
Melisenn in the back, the 2 arrows in here now, is struggling. She is hyperventilating. Her eyes are wide, just glancing all around the room in every direction, like she can't even focus on any one thing that's happening. She clenches her fist around the arrow, and you see physically a translucent, almost shell emanate out about a foot or 2 around her. This telekinetic field, the only thing she really has to defend herself, hardening to the point where it is a visible bubble around her body. And as she does that, she looks up to Marius, and you see again this white glow beaming out of her eyes towards you. And I need you to make me a fortitude save.
$24.
24 is a regular failure. And you, for a moment, see, just as it happens, what's about to happen. You look over and you see this pitched battle between MD and Risi here as they whirl around each other. Their blades flying, dancing around the hall, around the corner of this wall, around the stones. And you see this longsword, this new magic weapon that you found just up the stairs above. MD's not quite used to wielding. And he takes one big swing towards Rishi. She ducks under. And the blade carves into the stone of the wall. It's enchantment, allowing it to bite through more effectively than any pick. Malesenn sees much the same. And you feel an instinct in your mind. You know what's about to happen. This damage causes a crack to ripple through the wall as rubble and scree are knocked loose. And you see a stone, a big chunk, about to fall from above. But just in the nick of time, you go to move out of the way. What do you think would be out of the way? But this stone cracks and bounces, and a massive boulder crashes into you. And in a whoa from Link 1429, what normally would not occur for several rounds is going to resolve instantaneously as you take 55 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Fate drawing you into this happenstance of lethality. Cammy.
Things are different now. How are you feeling?
How do you look?
Don't even get a reflex save or anything?
You got the fortitude save.
Okay.
You failed it.
I'm,
How did
about halfway there. It hurts.
Halfway?
Yeah, a little under that.
Little under.
Yeah.
This is right next to you. Right next to you.
I would have been way more than halfway there.
As you see this damage to the hall and you feel a little bit of the scree and the pebbles fly loose from this boulder right behind you, crashing into Marius as this enchanted sword damages a tunnel that does not seem the most structurally intact.
Is it gonna keep falling?
I don't think the
Doesn't
boulder
look
can
like
fall
it
twice.
would immediately, no.
Okay. Well, my friend Marius is a hardy boy.
We can't help him.
You can't really.
Oh gosh, there's so many things that I need to do right now.
Well, you've got 3 actions, so
Okay.
use them well.
That sucks. I think that
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna stoke my friend Marius. And then I'm gonna look towards Risi. Kind of glance between Easy and her. And I'm gonna, just as she's getting ready to raise another strike against MD, I'm gonna say, wait! Now, you don't really want to do that, do you? You can make me a will save. You can
Minus
make me
2 to
roll
will
save.
saves. Thanks to her Bon Mo.
Want to use the resonance?
Profoundly average.
-2.
Yeah, with the minus. Yeah, I know. -2 on her will save
Just make
I don't
sure.
know if something's happening back there yet.
is going to be a 26
Okay,
with the -2 from the Bon Mo.
that's just a success. So, for 1 round, she has forced mercy. So all physical damage to living creatures will be non-lethal, and if she makes persistent bland, it reduces it to 0. Resistant bleed, it reduces it to 0.
Okay. Okay.
So for
everything
1 round,
she's doing
Nice.
is non-lethal.
for 1 round, she can't kill anybody.
Fair enough. Trey.
I cannot see which boys have stepped up quite yet.
You're in the middle of the room. You can reach. It's not a big enough
Okay.
chamber that they're really
We just
out of your
assume
range.
that whoever steps forward, I can poke.
Yes.
Okay.
You can definitely, with your spear, you have the advantage being able to position where you can reach anyone coming towards the Stella. That's what the
Perfect.
spear is for. It's a great defensive weapon.
Then I'm going to focus on 1 this time, just striking out with each strike. I told you not to get closer. Does a 23 hit?
Dude in a robe. Yes.
Okay, I hit them on a 5. Sorry, 21, that's a 3. Or 21, yes.
Nah.
21 will not.
Okay, I do not hit them on a 3.
It's not quite that.
It's not
low.
22.
That's, no, because 17, it's 19 minus 2 non-lethal,
Numbers.
plus 3 plus 1, 21.
Yeah.
Pathfinder.
I
21
don't
will
even know
not
what he's
quite
saying
do it.
anymore.
And that's a 13. That definitely hits on the second attack.
Okay.
Third attack.
Third attack's the one that matters. That is a 20 total. So
Not
that
quite.
will not connect.
Now 1.
We're all fighting our own battles over here.
That's true.
It is a lot of. I told you.
This is split up.
It's a pretty wide range of an
19.
encounter here. Woo!
That's a 6 and a 5.
Big hit.
Come
That'll
on.
do it. As it comes back around to Risi here, and she feels this magic overwhelm her. It doesn't make her fight differently so much as it almost makes her pull her punches with this rapier. You see her grit her teeth, angry, trying to overcome this, trying to just fight through it. And Melisenn in the back, eyes still beaming and glowing, still out of it. She looks like she's on another world. She sits there at the fountain, and again, she closes her eyes and just screams. And in a whoa from a sane 221, as she does, the passageway between these two chambers starts to turn dark. Shadows engulf it as the tile of the floor and the stone of the walls and the ceiling start to fade to a pitch inky black. And from that, you see writhing movement. Tendrils emerging from the shadows. And I need everybody in the hall, including Risi, to make a fortitude save.
How far into my room does it come?
Just like 5 feet into the doorway, basically.
Is this an effect that will cause me damage?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and disappear.
Ooh.
Ooh, closer, but no, that's okay. That's a nat 20, baby.
It does nothing.
You disappear?
That's a nat. No, not to
20
disappear.
on the save.
20 on the save.
You're
So,
good.
Nat 20 plus the whatever.
You
plus the blah.
are small, and you can weave and dance around these tendrils and these tentacles as they reach out towards you, trying to avoid them. I'm going to use
Can we make less cards go off on nat 20s on saves?
a
'Cause
villain
this is
point,
never going to get activated.
a villain point from Hermagistus to reroll Risi's 4.
Oh, that was. Oh,
2 or 3.
Hey.
Risi fails. What do you got, Easy?
oh my gosh. Where are you at?
Yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna refocus and seeing, just I don't know. I've been caught in this mess before, and seeing Risi, and I'm gonna close my eyes. You know, it's always dark if your eyes are closed.
That's how it works.
Words to live by.
Okay, I got a little bit worse, but thank you.
But thank
from
you.
Nebula 315.
Thanks for trying.
8 plus 11 is 19. 8 plus 11 is 19.
Doesn't critically fail.
Okay.
Natural 20. What do you got, MD?
I'm not gonna use it. A total of 25. I roll 13 on the die.
Regular failure. Marius
15 for a total of 29.
succeeds.
Oh.
You're good. So Marius and Cammy avoid this as MD, Easy, and Risi are all caught up by these shadowy tendrils simply emerging from the floors and the walls. Those three are all going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and are all grabbed as the shadows wrap around you, holding you in place, crushing you like stone. And Risi immediately throws a glance back. Melisenn, what the hell? What are you doing? She doesn't even look like she hears it.
Took damage and grabbed at the same time, right?
Yes.
MD, I'm going to let out a roar. I'm going to use my reaction, my catharsis magic, which we haven't seen in a while. MD's been very, very
Perfect
calm.
situation for it.
Yeah, he gets very upset. And I meant to print it out, so I had it on hand. So it's a check. I take the damage.
Whoa.
It activates catharsis.
That looks sick.
It does. It activates catharsis, and then I get a check to break out.
Yes. Which I believe is just a normal check.
Yeah. So
Escape with whatever it is you want to roll to escape with.
we'll just say, ooh, cocked.
Is that a big ooh or a bad ooh?
It's not cocked. It's not cocked. It's a natural 20.
Ooh! Ooh!
So for those at home who don't know, our cock test is you put a
You
dice
put another
on
D20
top,
on top
and
of
if
it.
it falls off, it's cocked.
A natural 20. That's going to critically succeed.
And the darkness takes damage.
That's just-
Darkness is like, oh, sorry, sir.
This tentacle recedes
My
and
bad.
recedes back into the shadow to be replaced by 3-4 more still reaching. But for the moment, you're free. Risi is trapped. And Risi is immediately going to kind of switch gears here. She is going to try to pull herself free from the tendrils. She's just barely, but she is going to do so. Slipping, keeping you at bay with her rapier as she dashes back out from the tendrils, never turning her back to you, but dancing back towards the fountain next to Melisenn, and bends down and reaches out, and she cannot conceivably fail the athletics check to reach down and just yank the arrow.
Does she step back and then move, or does
No, she just moves.
I react to pursue. As she goes, I'll use my reaction. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a break out of the grab.
Yep.
She rushes down, kneels down, and just reaches back and rips the arrow out from Melisenn's side. And she screams again, closing her eyes. And Risi just says, focus.
So-
Focus, Melisenn. I know, but this is it. Please. This is our moment. Don't lose sight of this. That's her whole turn. That's 3 actions.
Is this like obscuring?
No.
Okay, so I can see everything.
Yes. Easy.
Okay. So I am grabbed. by
You
the
are
tentacles,
grabbed.
And they hurt.
Just friendly little hugs.
Okay. What is getting out of it? Is it
Unarmed
It is either,
attack,
yeah,
an athletics
acrobatics,
check, or
athletics, or an unarmed strike. You get your choice. You can do any of those 3.
acrobat? I will flip out.
Yep.
Acrobatics, definitely what Risi went for.
I will try this. I will try this.
That's against the DC of the spell.
She's no longer bond modded.
Oh,
Against
Yeah.
the DC of the spell?
It's against the DC of the spell.
What's your modifier? There's no way
Yeah.
that's... It wouldn't be it for me.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, so a saying said, "Don't use this for the fight," but this is technically just for a flip.
It's for something dumb!
It's for something dumb. It's a flip. Yeah, always, you gotta you gotta bend with your knees. Nah.
Restock real quick. Nebula 315. I believe in you, Easy. Take it back.
Oh my gosh, chat. It's just...
It's a natural 20. Okay, I did a really good flip.
But she is both bond
He
modded.
can't keep getting away with
He
it!
pulls himself out. You twist away from the tendrils. You're
but-
free. They are still clearly emerging from the dark stone, reaching from the shadows, grasping towards you. If you stay here, you're still in danger.
Okay, I kind of want to. It's probably not a good idea. I kind of want to move towards the south. Or do I move towards? No, I'll move south. I'll move south. I'll go to like
casually stroll into the room.
yeah, I'll try to stick to the wall. I'll like curve and hang behind that
So
pillar.
like up into the corner.
Just as long,
almost.
as long as I'm out of the tentacles. Okay.
We're all gonna
So-
have to go
so-
south
and
eventually.
Class might from Nebula. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but if you come
This
to
is
the
what I trained for. Okay, so now I have one whole action left, and I'm just gonna be like,
I wonder what it's gonna be.
I wonder.
You think it'll be inspiring?
Grind is an action.
Oh, she's already on mode.
Yeah, she's still on mode. She hasn't replied.
Yeah. Okay.
She hasn't replied.
Yeah, that's how
fixed
she's
Bon
ghosting.
Mo.
That's how Bon Mo works. Yeah, she has to use an action to.
I know, but she isn't
Yeah.
replying to his
Yeah,
text.
she left him on red. Yeah,
No.
I'm
Oh
like,
no. Okay. Okay. No one died, or I'll cry. This place isn't structurally sound, so accidents abound. I got something in my eye. That's courage.
Yeah, it is.
sounds real courageous,
Sure it is.
buddy.
Yeah.
Marius,
You're not stoked
Okay.
right now. No, you are stoked. What am I? I'm
You
lying to you.
sustained
you are
I'm
stoked.
lying to you. You
I'm
are stoked.
stoked.
Don't
I'm
ever
stoked
listen
for
to
that.
me again. You're stoked.
All right, as I get up from that big old stone hit, I just really stare directly into Melisenn's eyes and really try to intimidate her with an intimidating glare.
Ooh.
Okay. That's a 22. And I believe that's against her will.
Is
doesn't
it
critically fail, but just barely.
Well, a crit fail doesn't do anything on demoralize.
I guess that's true, yeah, actually.
He spooks himself.
It said that just barely doesn't critically fail. Melison's got a little bit of a will save. That's
Yeah, I figured I'd try. So, because I want to get away from these tentacles, I am going to play Run and Shoot from that was Dungeon Speedrun.
appropriate.
Run and shoot as I try to get
What
away
do
from
the
these
thing that it
tentacles.
says?
Assuming I'm satiated, I've got 25 feet of movement, so I'm going to try to just get out and into a corner somewhere.
Join me.
Like right in front of Easy, yeah, just on the edge.
Could I go to the other corner?
Oh no.
Or,
No, it's fine.
My wall.
yeah.
My friendship.
It's fine.
Okay. Do I have courage? Do we have courage?
You have courage, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that is a 14 on the die plus math. That's 1631.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the. I'm sure it hits and doesn't crit range. Yeah.
Yeah. So
This is it.
unfortunately, I
Risi.
rolled the lowest possible
Malevolence.
damage there. So that's
+3.
8.
This is it, Melisenn.
Yeah.
It's always Melisenn.
Okay. Ooh, they're both starting to look pretty hurt.
So, and now she can have 2.
I mean, Melisenn is already reacting to it
Right,
very
yeah, 2
strongly,
more
but
arrows. That's a 6. Dirty 20.
nah, not quite.
One more. Anger. More. Natural 1. Let's go ahead and re-roll that.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
all right, get it in there.
I'm
In the
really
zone.
angry, and I just
Everyone's fighting in hate.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta fight. Gotta
play my
focus.
make way. This is from a Sane 221.
Say something nice to him again.
All right, yeah, please. Don't do it for me again, like I said. Do it for Cammy. Do it
20
for
last time.
Easy. Do it for everybody who we want to protect and care about. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's a
okay.
16
The
for
method
28.
works.
28 will hit. That
right.
does it. It's in there.
Somebody get
That
Riley in the
sounds
chat.
good.
She's gonna be so
I'm just
excited.
gonna use the damage.
Yeah, no,
I
that's fine.
rolled
No,
originally, which is a 9, 15.
Ooh.
And
There's a technique.
Melison's got. She's taken these and Risi pulled out the one that's the worst in her gut. But as she does, 2 more arrows fly into her.
and I've got one more shot.
Still
Oh
haste
my
it.
gosh! Come
Love
on.
haste.
Oh no, that's a 18.
Can't get with the last one, but
Gotta be close.
Melisenn is hurt. MD.
Cammy's not grabbed.
I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
The only one still grabbed right now is
Succeed.
yeah, it's
Broke
you
free,
and Trey.
broke free.
Or no, just Trey is grabbed right now.
I'm not in it.
Oh no, nobody's grabbed right now.
Nobody's grabbed.
I mean,
We're all
The
out.
2 people who were
don't-
grabbed broke free.
Yep, the
I'm
2 people are still
free.
in there are free.
Cool. I chase after Risi in a blind rage.
I thought you were asking because you were gonna pick me up for a second. Like
I was
throw me
gonna-
on your hip like a
I was-
toddler.
I was gonna break you out and carry you out, but you're free, so
That
you
is
can
what
move
he
me.
was going to do, yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to do. Yes, right there. And it is one big. You know what? I'm gonna trip with the kukri.
Knock her down first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna trip her with the kukri. 13 on
It's
the
only her
die.
reflex DC. It's Risi. I'm sure it's fine.
A 30 total. 31 total.
31 does it. 31 actually does it.
Yes!
Okay.
It's just
You-
a reflex DC.
Wow,
trips.
you got it. All right, so
Whoa, dude.
you come in. Risi is down. She's kneeled down, trying to pulling the arrow out of Melisenn, trying to get her to focus. And she turns around just as you rush in and whip out with the kukri and just brute force her down to the ground. She is prone.
She is prone, and then the longsword's gonna come up. Versatile piercing. It doesn't matter, but it's a thrust into her on the ground. Against her
What matters
flat-footed.
is you got to do it.
I did get to do it. And it is blind rage. There is no chance this is missing. I'm going to re-roll it with this critical moment from Tim C. It is strength. No thought. For a 17 on the die. From a 3 to a 17. For a 30 total against her flat-footed.
Absolutely hits her flat.
Oh my gosh.
So,
He's cooking.
10, 15, 18 damage. It just goes straight into her leg.
And Risi, the first time you see, really reacts to the pain on this one. As she throws her head back and just, "Ah! Damn you!" and tries to pull herself up from the ground. It doesn't matter if you kill us. It doesn't matter who falls here. Either of our blood will end this. You can't win. Meanwhile, on the northern end of the chamber here,
Back to the side encounter.
speaking of blood, we have two figures still approaching the stone, able to make their way up. And though surely they have time to walk forward, quickly make their incantations, and plunge the daggers into themselves, it's a hard thing to do.
That's how you get
It
stabbed by
doesn't
me.
matter how committed they are to this, how willing they are. It really takes them a second to brace themselves, to get there, to be able to do it. This pair are both up at the stone, finding the will to give themselves to the Yellow King.
Can I poke one of the people focusing on the ritual?
I mean, on your turn, you could. They're just concentrating
Okay.
right now.
I didn't know
Um,
what they were doing.
chanting
Other than
a
just
lot.
like
Are you asking
chanting.
if it's manipulated?
Yeah, no, it
But if
wouldn't
they're
be
just
a-
sitting there and chanting, then
It wouldn't provoke. Malesenn,
I just look at them like, don't move.
as she sees MD come in, the walls are sort of closing here. Everyone's coming in towards her. Her bubble fades, and she looks around, fear in her face, and the glow fades out from her eyes. And you see it just replaced as she's looking around, shell-shocked by this. She looks down and sees several arrows punched into her thigh, her hip, one into the back of her shoulder.
I would say that's not a bad time at the top of the round to take a break.
She can't even speak. She's just panting. She looks at Risi, looks up at MD, closes her eyes. As she does, she sinks down. She seems to go limp. She just sort of ragdolls back, sliding down against the side of the fountain, her head just rolling. At that exact same moment, Risi, knocked over, pivots on the ground, kicks up, ready to keep fighting with MD. But she stumbles. She kicks up and then stumbles like she got hit by something, or like she's dizzy or off center or off balance a little, and stops and like literally throws out a hand to steady herself before quickly turning her rapier back towards you. Oh, what the hell? Oh. And staggers, looks back up, and opens her eyes. And you just see beaming yellow coming out. She looks at you. It's a different expression. There's no pain. Almost no emotion at all. She just takes in a deep breath. All right. With her skill and my magic, let's see what we can do. and sends out one hand. And as she does, a dozen knives unsheathed from bandoliers across her chest, from the side of her boot, from the belt around her, into a literal ring of floating blades that revolve around her as Risi floats up a couple of inches off the ground. I'm ending this. And that is where we'll take our break. We're going to stand up, stretch our legs. Shout outs to Bryn for this spectacular
Yeah.
final boss. Risi
gosh,
art.
it looks
Bryn made
good.
this one.
I should have known.
Oh, it's good.
It's gorgeous.
The stuff Bryn makes is usually really
Look at,
good,
the
but like,
knit on the.
oh my
Oh.
god, it's so good. When we come back,
Dude, she's so hot. You're so-
you have to fight the power of Risi and Melisenn combined. She doesn't seem to feel pain anymore. Her injuries don't really seem to be slowing her down, and she has a literal ring of blades around her, floating with Melisenn's telekinesis.
Oh my god.
By their powers combined, they're going to stop you if they can. Thank you everyone for joining us. Feel free to grab some snacks, use the bathroom, get some drinks. You got 10 minutes, feel free to check out some of our partners. We got a couple. This map we're playing on and what we're using to show this art to you here is Arkan Forge. They're one of our oldest partners. We got a discount code over there for $5 off their big map building bundles. It's not just a virtual tabletop. It's really good map building software. You can just build all your boards in there and export them to whatever virtual tabletops you use. We have Eldritch Foundry, which we're in a little bit of flux with where we're going to set the camera that shows the table and the minis. At the moment, we're trying to make it look better than it did because Eldritch Foundry's minis are really freaking cool. Norse Foundry for all these fantastic dice everyone's got. Both of the Foundry bros. 10% off everything site-wide. The code's UGT show, no matter where it is you go. Don't go too far, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are fighting to stop Melisenn and her cult from completing the joining, connecting this world through the star Stella to Carcosa and heralding in the Yellow King. We have fought fairly well against her and her assassin, Risi. But as we pressed our advantage, Melisenn seems to have used her magic to combine with her bodyguard. The power of the two of them, the physical training and skill of Risi Nergon, and the psychic might of Melisenn Kokoro, in a body that does not seem like it even feels pain. Before we go back in, let's briefly go back around and reintroduce everybody.
I'm Kevin. I play Easy. He's a normal human bard who doesn't know how to feel about this new development.
I'm Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, who's gonna feel really bad when she kills Easy's ex-girlfriend.
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the Hobgoblin Frontline Spearfighter Man.
I'm Colby. I play MD, our full-blooded orc rogue who is in the fits of rage right now.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the cool dwarf ranger. We're all being kind of quiet, it seems like.
We're spooked.
It's a little.
I'm frightened 20.
Somber.
Emotions are high.
As Risi floats, just hovering above the ground, rapier still in her hand, and a dozen knives whirling around her. She focuses, looking directly at MD, and then clenching the fist of her free hand as the blades spin out and whirl in a ring around her. She floats up around MD as she does this, towards the edge of this mass of shadowy tentacles that burst forth from the hallway. And let's see the map. She would float over just above the grasping tentacles, the vaulted ceiling of this room, giving her space to hover in the air as these daggers whirled out in a massive spinning ring, a band of knives flitting through the air. I had a reflex save from Marius, from MD, and from Cammy.
Is this a ranged strike?
I would say if you have something that works on range strikes, I'd let it work for this.
I'm gonna play last second sidestep.
That's
This is
a good
from. I will find in a second to think that the strike automatically misses.
Ooh, yeah, it's technically no, but I'll definitely give it to you.
Okay, thank
so,
you.
with last second sidestep, you're on the very edge of this. You duck out of the way amongst these shadow tendrils as these knives flash past you. How about over here?
I think having already being a little jumpy from the falling stones, I'm going to re-roll this from with the hero point from Tim C. Because I don't want to be. Oh my god!
Oh,
The stress is spreading.
That was from Scott.
I want to get out of the way of this one. A little bit better. It's twice as good with an 8 now for a total of 25.
25 will fail.
I got a 10 on the die. It's a 26 total.
26 will also fail.
I also wanted to know, can I react to pursue her since she moved past me?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
you
I'll
will
just-
move into the
that's
shadow
fine.
tendrils. Okay.
Yep.
These knives, again, Risi, a woman prepared for many eventualities, has a lot of visible knives strapped across her person and just about as many more hidden away for a rainy day. They fly through the air like raindrops. It's like a biting hail as it flits past you. And it's going to be 25 points of slashing damage for each of you. And as she hovers there, rapier still in hand, other fist clenched. This is incredible. I have her whole mind, all of her skill, all of her training, all of her physical ability, and all of my power. What hope do you have? Do you think you can stop this? Are you fools? Even if you strike us down, you do nothing but finish the ritual for us. So do your worst. Cammy.
Okay.
You hear the voice that comes out is Risi's. Clearly, it's her mouth, it's her throat, but the way she speaks, the intonation, it's clearly Melisenn in control.
Okay. There isn't any way that I can get around her without going within 5 feet of her. Even if I took, like, the diagonal.
You would have to pass right by her
Yeah.
on this ring of knives.
I don't want to do that. I don't believe it or not. It's something that I don't want to do. It's scary over here in front of her.
What do you do?
I'm gonna stoke Marius. That's my man right
Stoke.
there.
Stoke.
Keep that going.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna call for Greenie.
Little chameleon is
Are
just gonna.
are you still here?
He's. You feel him clinging to the center of your
gosh.
back, like right on your spine, below your neck, as out of the way as possible from these blades
I
flying
peel
through the
him
air.
off like it's like, oh yeah, I no, it's freaky in here, dude. Okay, I need you to do something for me. That's a lay on hands going for MD.
Off he goes as Greenie shoots across the floor, darting through these tentacles up to MD. You see, maybe you see this lizard flitting through the darkness and the moving shadows as you feel this warmth spread through you. And it's was it at this point?
It's
24?
a 24.
24 hit
And a
points plus 2 AC.
AC. Critically, a plus 2 AC.
Critically.
Might be important. That leaves you with... that's everything, right? That's,
Kimmy like leans to the side past Risi and like waves.
and as you send off Greenie, shrinking back amongst the tendrils to hide from Risi's assault here, you duck down into this writhing forest. Make me a fortitude save.
Okay, this is an effect that I will take damage from.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm going to try and disappear first. So close.
Eventually.
Always
It's gonna
so
come in when you most need it.
Uh-huh. Okay. It was fortitude? This was really high for everybody. So I'm not gonna take a 10 on it. I don't think. I don't think that's worth anybody's
It
time.
can only get better.
It could only get better. I'm already failing this right now.
All right.
It's going to be a 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Double it.
Thank you from
and
Scott.
Give it to the next one.
I'm gonna kind of bat away at with my legs at these tendrils.
Do a little dance.
It's also a 10. It is a 10 again.
The timeline.
So that's
Fort
okay.
Save. Your fort save is probably great.
She like
23 total.
13's better than I thought it'd be,
Her
honestly.
fort save's higher than
Better
mine.
than it's better than you think it would be.
That is going to fail.
Yeah.
Many of these tendrils emerging
No,
from
I
the shadows
understand.
are as large, if not larger, than you. And they wrap around you, constricting, holding you in place. You are grabbed.
Okay.
You find it difficult to move, and you feel them start to constrict and compress you. Trey. 2 of these cultists up near the Star Stella, ready to give their lives for the ritual.
How injured does the one that I already hit look?
Pretty hurt. The one you already hit looks pretty hurt.
I think I'll direct my first attack at the other one then.
Fair enough.
Just trying to get them back off. More hits to the extremities, aiming at the feet, the hands, shoulders.
Knock them down, knock them away.
Exactly.
And just throw your damage in there with it, just
Yeah.
a little quicker.
And that
Especially
definitely...
because you're going to have a hard time not hitting on the first couple
Yeah.
swings.
That definitely hits. 30 total.
30 will hit.
16 damage.
Okay.
So now they're both about equally hurt. And second attack will be switching back over, trying just to finish that one off.
Whirling the spear around, trying to batter them both back, keeping the knife away from them.
That is an 18 on the die. That is a
beats that.
31.
There's no way. That's a regular hit still, but
Yeah.
I don't think you could not knock this one down.
3, 5, 6, 14.
Yeah, he's super down.
13. Sorry.
One battered down. Another dagger clatters to the floor as you keep them from their mission. Keep them from their goal. Stop them from giving themselves.
Aiming back over, trying to get a good 2-for-1 round special. That is a 19 on the die. That's a
Probably-
27.
It hits.
And then that is max damage.
Ooh.
So
Bap and bap
20.
as the second one falls as well.
Remember the second one that was a money.
Tumbling
Come on.
down as you are leaving, stumbling, writhing, and unconscious bodies starting
so
to
much
just
groaning in this room
lie
now.
around the Stella, refusing to let them die. Easy.
Okay. Well, so looking up at, I'm not sure who this is anymore.
This matters a lot, by the way. I appreciate
I will
this.
keep doing this. I'll just be like, well, during relationship troubles, some people bring in a third. At least that's what I heard. I can't say it works. Unknown territory. I'm sure what there lurks. Anyways, you look nice flying like a bird. That's courage.
I'm gonna spray you with the spray bottle. No, bad Kevin's. No.
That's courage. And
That's
then,
true love
Trey-
right there.
As Easy moves down into the opposite chamber, you can just barely feel the fringes of his magic here. He's at about the edge of what your
I'm
courage
projecting-
can reach.
Oh,
Isn't it like 60 feet
60
or something?
feet.
Yep.
so if I move,
If you move any further in the room, Trey's going to fall out of the range of it, just so you know.
you just said it helps, but I wanted to do something.
I will survive without it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
said it right.
Don't have to convince me. He doesn't want to
less.
go back in there.
Sold.
I'm gonna move down there like I'm gonna go diagonal to the right twice, so like right next to Melisenn, right behind that pillar.
On the way back, just Smack Melisenn on the ground.
Yeah. Can I
She's
feel and
nasty.
see if she has a pulse?
As you kneel down, it's going to take you an action.
Yeah. One action move. One action investigate.
She
this body.
does. She
Okay.
does still have a pulse. She
Get the gun.
is
Oh yeah.
unconscious,
Okay.
but she barely has a pulse. She has lost a lot of blood already from these arrows,
is
and
it-
she is not a very physically strong woman.
this is a one action. This is one action like kind of medicine check.
I
Okay,
don't need you to
can't-
roll for it, but it is basically
Okay.
making a medicine
But I
check
can't
there.
do like another like check to see if she's like astrally projecting or something.
I don't know what that would be.
Okay.
She is
All
she's
right.
unconscious. That's
All
not a
right.
thing I think you could tell by like looking at her body. You have read Aura's 2 actions.
True,
but,
true,
like,
true. I'll. This is enough for now.
Investigator Kevin over there. Investigator Easy.
If you want to make me roll the medicine check, I'll see if you get anything more.
9 plus 2.
You do not, Marius.
Okay. I would like to move down to get a little bit of cover behind the second pillar.
Fair enough. Put a little bit of space. You spread out
One over.
throughout
just
the
yet.
room here.
Just because I don't know if we need any more knives hitting me.
Preferably not.
Do I need to change hunt prey now that it's a new body? Same mind.
You
new
were
body.
hunting Melisenn. This is. I would say yes. This is because basically what you're doing with hunting prey is really like locking in to fight this, and she is moving a lot differently, fighting a lot
Yeah.
differently than what you had before.
Okay.
That's
So,
this is
hunt prey.
50-50, but I'm gonna say yes. So 1 plus 1 left.
Yes. And then let's give her 2 arrows. I'll do something
You
different.
can even give her 3 if you're
Merry
feeling spicy.
Christmas.
Well, we'll start with 2.
And as you start to shoot at her,
Okay.
you see the form of Risi turn her head. She doesn't even turn around, just glancing back towards you, and another one of these shimmering, almost bubble-like fields pops up between her and you specifically.
Okay. Well, we'll see what 33 does.
Now hit!
Don't you feel silly now?
Bubble, don't stop that. Your arrow pierces. You see it slow. You almost hear a sound like it thudding into wood as it punches through this bubble and still strikes her. And you see it fade a bit. Still there, but definitely weaker. 33 will absolutely hit
So
though.
for 13 damage,
13.
go again. Okay. That's a dirty 30. No, I have to say
Hits!
30.
Dirty.
Hits!
You're
Ooh,
saving
and
it.
even more.
Oh my gosh.
11, 17.
30 damage from 2 quick shots.
Let's
You have your
go.
+1 left.
He's stuck.
He was saving all this for right
This is
now. This is his
insane.
moment.
Go, 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 go.
It's literally
Marius
2
loves
birds
to
with
play
1
the
shot.
objective.
Whoa.
No.
It's
fine.
That's a
Don't
7.
fault you.
No one's going to complain about 30 damage from those 2 shots there. MD.
Wow.
So how high up is she?
She is. Her feet are hanging probably a little above the height of your head. You can reach her.
I drop the kukri, grab her feet.
She's so
Okay.
I want to pull her down. So
Okay, make me an athletics check.
so lovely.
15 on the 30. Is it an attack? Is it an attack?
It is an attack, yes.
So 31.
31. As you reach up to grab her, as her focus is back towards Marius and she takes these pair of arrows, you get a grip and you yank down and you pull her to the ground. You basically slam her down into these shadows. She is on the ground and also prone.
Get back on in here.
Just a grab.
You don't even see her wince. You hear her head crack into the stone, see blood, but she doesn't even seem to react to the pain so much as switching her focus over to you.
I didn't take you for a coward, Melisenn.
Coward. Do you understand the power I have right now?
Hiding inside of Risi's body. I rolled an 18 on the die for an attack with a longsword. That's a total of a.
Flat-footed?
Against her flat-footed, so 31.
Yeah, it absolutely hits.
Oh,
Yay.
he's taking it personally.
10, 12, 15, 21 damage.
Ooh.
As that blade just comes in and digs itself back into her thigh. MD's trying to avoid killing her, but it's still lethal
You
damage.
see this again, bright spray of blood. Risi already pretty injured from your fight. Now, certainly with enough damage to, if not kill her outright, bring her down. but she doesn't seem to care.
And pulls the blade out, puts it back down. Just third action.
You can fight as you will. As long as this body can still move, I can still fight. And as long as my mind is still here, I can still kill you. All of you.
I'm bringing down a lot of force. I'm going to use this. I wanted to save it, but thanks to Scott. Scott! 16 on the die.
Ooh!
It is.
I've never seen you guys game a final boss.
It's only
25.
24. 24. Plus 8, because it's a longsword.
24.
Against her
She
flat-footed.
will, even with her flat-footed, roll and almost with one leg kick herself over and out of the way. The first leg that you'd impaled her through, just sort of flopping along behind her. 2 more figures start to approach the Stella, though there is certainly a bit of a pause this time. They've seen what Trey has been doing so far. Their confidence is a little shaken.
Now I have my reaction this time.
They-
Can I poke one that steps
I would
forward?
let you go ahead and swing on one of them, yes.
Because I've been using it every time, but I got to keep it this time.
Swing.
Because they need to draw the daggers out, and that would give you your moment.
Swing and a miss.
It's a disease
that was in
that's
the
spreading
middle
around
and
the
it
table.
bounced out.
MD's got it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's because I forgot to roll the d6s with it.
Let's keep.
There we go. 16, 17, 34.
Crits. There it is.
Alrighty.
Easily
so-
takes the advantage to just blast him.
Bonk.
36
Oh, he's down.
non-lethal.
Immediately down. You immediately just bring the half of the spear around and knock one of them unconscious on the spot. He reaches for a knife, he thinks about it, and you just bam, right across, right in the jaw. He drops like a sack of potatoes.
He would be clumsy one.
Yeah, he's at least clumsy one, yes. On the ground, with a burst of energy, this same motion Risi uses to twist and rise back up. She doesn't push herself up. She floats, twirling almost like a fish in water as she rights herself, that one leg now just hanging beneath her. Raises her rapier out, opens her mouth, and just a sound comes out. It's not a scream, it's not a yell, it's just a pulse of energy. A ripple pushing out from her. I need Cammy Easy MD to make... You are going to make me a will or a fortitude save, whichever is worse.
This is my time to shine. They're both the same.
So mean.
I'm still feeling my oats, so I'm gonna take that 20.
Ooh! His oats! They've come back!
It's definitely cocked. Definitely cocked.
Okay.
It's called
Cocked.
Dice test.
It was almost a 1.
Easy's feeling his oats. He's doing great. You're good.
Okay, that's an 11 on the die. 24.
24 is a regular failure.
13 on the die for a 25.
25 is also a regular failure. Both
Is
of
this an
you...
incapacitation effect?
No.
Okay.
Both of you... Both of you...
Tell me to do
it's
better.
not that bad. Both of you are physically knocked off of balance by this. You are flat-footed, like you have been made flat-footed.
Okay.
And then she raises up the rapier above her head. And as she brings her hand down, she lets go and slices, almost like a chopping motion, as the rapier itself pivots in the air and stabs down towards MD.
Danger.
So close to a 20.
No.
29 against her flat-footed.
It hits.
This strike, boosted by this telekinetic might that's coming with it from Melisenn's powers, is much, much more powerful than what Risi could do herself. Though it lacks the poison, the
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
It's fine, he
That's
says
fine.
as he rolls more. You ever die to massive damage rolls at level
44.
I go down to 0. As the damage hits, I have a reaction for this. I'm at 38 health. As I get
36 because you have weakness to piercing still.
so as
46 rather.
yes, doesn't matter. As I get struck by this, MD just kind of makes eye contact and just laughs. Orcish ferocity because I still have that.
Does that stop you from going to 0?
Yes.
Yes, it prevents it, holds you at 1.
It puts me to 12.
Oh, yeah, and you have the temp HP one.
Yeah, that's not temp HP. My HP is
You-
12, but yeah. Okay.
For a moment, feel everything stop. But then that rage just bursts out of you. You have how much health now?
12.
12 health. You're wounded 1. And you are still standing, barely. As Risi looks down, her head up, looking down her nose at you, and floating there like Melisenn, furrows her brow. Really? That's 3 actions. Cammy.
Grabbed.
You were grabbed and flat-footed. MD can't go down. Scott in South Dakota, hero points. You do not know how right you are right now.
It'd be very funny if he got the
You-
Orcish Ferocity card.
Still have the weakness from Melison's original spell.
Oh gosh.
I'm in danger.
I'll just tell you what that spell does, because it might be a little more interesting. The spell is called Seal Fate. Melisenn has called her shot. And while you are weak to physical damage, if you are reduced to, not physical, by piercing damage specifically, if you are reduced to 0 by piercing damage, you will simply die outright. You will not go to dying. You will not get a chance to recover. This is the fate that Melisenn has attached to you. Good news is, that's what Melisenn sees. Chat sees something different. Gotta get Cammy's bodyguard some juice.
No!
Point for MD.
Oh my gosh.
And Cammy, you are grabbed, but it is your turn. If you try to cast a spell while grabbed, you will need to make a flat check to try to get the motions while the tendrils interfere.
And that counts even if I'm sending it with.
Yes, because you still need to imbue it into your lizard.
So the first thing I
As
do
a
is-
side note, we want to roll me another fortitude save really
No,
quick.
I don't.
Well, you should anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to.
And that's from Vadolander.
I'm gonna try and disappear.
It's not for you. It's for Greenie, who is alone in the field of tendrils.
Oh.
He's about to get tentacled. It should just be the same fort save.
It should be the same save you have.
Okay. Okay.
Drop the 20.
It's a 12 on the die, which would be a 25.
As you start your turn, you see Greenie dart over and deliver the spell to MD as he fights with this floating figure before tendrils wrap around and pull him down, dragging him across the stone as he flails his little mittens. He is also grabbed by the tendrils.
He's grabbed. Is he taking damage?
Not yet.
Come back to me then. If it, that's my boy. Okay, how do I get out of grabbed?
You can you can attempt to escape. The most direct way is to make either an athletics,
Not trained.
acrobatics,
Not trained.
or an unarmed attack.
You're trained in that one.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not
trained in
great.
that.
The unarmed attack would be probably the same modifier as shooting your gun.
Yeah, plus 11.
It's not a great place to be for. I thought you were the
And I have
strongest
to
member
be-
of the team,
You are the strongest member of the
I am
team.
the strongest.
So strong.
and it
Then
is
break
against
free.
the DC of the spell to break away from these. It is against
Probably 29.
Melison's
It's
spell
probably
DC.
impossible for me to get out of grab.
It's not impossible.
It's probably.
It's not like
If I drop another 20, I gotta try and get out of grab.
one action.
It's not one. So
That actually means you can't try again this turn.
okay,
You are
That's fine.
you are stuck, and we have 2 actions left.
Okay, No, this is so bad! Because I can't get the bake juice to you. God, this is like... I'm going to... Using my last 2 actions, I'll make a flat
DC 5
check. This is for a heal for MD, level 1 heal. It's a 16 on the die,
You're
so
good.
it will go through. It's not a lot, but it's going to be
D8 plus
D8
8
plus
if it's a
8.
level 1.
I roll it, you roll it.
You
can
roll
roll it.
it.
7. So
7, so 15
15.
health.
That's the most that I could do right
And
now.
that brings us to Trey facing one more figure approaching.
Am I? Oh yeah, because I knocked one out with.
You
a
knocked one
arrow.
out. One got a dagger out and kind of hesitates for a moment as he watches you just brain the other guy in the
Alrighty.
slowly growing pile
On to
around
the next
stone.
one. Striking out, wondering why they even continue to step forward.
I did not think someone would be soloing this side of the fight, but it's going very well for you.
We've got the man for the job.
I didn't consider how effective the spear was going to be at this.
I'm pretty sure I need a 5, and that's a 4, so I will re-roll that.
It's learning.
And I'll use
need a 5,
Tumble
not a
Pass
4.
from Hypervol. Holding on to cut through the fog, just in case. I'm pretty confident because I'm non-lethaling, I need a 5, or this would just be hit them on 3s. That's another crit. That's a 16.
Give me the crit damage. Give me a big blast.
6 and 3 is 9, and 10, 17, 34.
Yep. Instantly down.
Also clumsy.
Yeah, immediate, very much so, yes. Immediately down. As you whirl this spear around and knock the 2 of them down, you see 4 evenly spaced left around the room at the corners, placed at sigils with candles set in front of them, still incanting whatever it is they're doing. They look around across each other. One of them even going so far as to look down the hall towards the fight that's happening and see Melisenn slumped against the fountain. No more of them move forward. They are at what's bare minimum up here in this room. You have 2 actions left.
I do. And you know what I'm going to do with those 2 actions?
Just bap 2 guys.
BAP number 1 will miss. It's at the very farthest reaches that I can get, and it just doesn't quite connect. And then pivoting over to one slightly closer, up at the top right. That will connect with an 18 on the die. So 19, 26 total.
Definitely hits.
For 7, 14, 15 damage.
Solid. As you land that hit,
Non-lethal.
you hit them and they stagger. They drop down to their knees, dropping the candle that they're holding there. You feel at this point you're making little difference. You may be able to take them all down and possibly disrupt whatever the ritual has going on, but looking down the hallway at the fight that's happening here, with the amount of blood that's been spilled at that end of the room, whatever is going to happen, whatever has happened, seems like about what there's going to be. The stela, the yellow runes across its surface are glowing faintly. Very faintly. Easy.
I soloed this half of the round.
Okay.
Cammy, real quick, which I did forget. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as the tendrils constrict you.
Okay.
Greenie takes 4.
How many hit points does Greenie have?
He should
Not,
have.
not many. I think 35 is 5 per level, I want to say.
I think
Easy.
That's about right. I can check.
Yeah, double
Okay.
check real quick.
So, I'm gonna. All right, these are great. I'm just gonna look at. I don't know. Seeing, I definitely heard MD fall, and peeking in over the pillar, just trying to make sure he's okay. He'd be like, MD, you're strong, like a brick. Things are getting a bit frantic. I get real scared sometimes, but you make me courageous most times. And what can I say? I'm a bit of a romantic. This is a level 4 soothe.
Oh my gosh.
So okay, this is what it does. It's 4 of these D10s. Let's go.
Plus 8.
What?
35. 4 of those d10s plus 8, right? Or plus, no, plus 16. 16.
Plus 16. Okay. And then that's 41.
41
Okay.
health. You have plus 2 AC. You have plus 2 to mental effects.
Okay.
You need to make me a fortitude save.
Roll a 10 on the die. I am.
Because you are in the field of tentacles.
Yes. I'm going to use this daring attempt from Scott, is the one that gave it to me.
Scott!
'Cause I know a 10 on the die. I roll it every single time for the tentacles.
You feel that's not going to work.
I'm prepared. It's actually just all anger driving MD at this point. For a 13, it's a 25.
25 won't do it. You are grabbed.
Yep. That's fine.
You have
Also,
one extra
roll for
left.
stress, I guess.
Oh yeah, give me a stress relief. It's a soothe.
Soothe.
He's still
you're gonna feel
feeling
better.
fine.
No
15.
one's gone down yet.
All right. Good,
He's
good
great.
words. And then
Oh gosh, if people start going down,
that's
then Marius.
1. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'll look to Risi and be like, kind of speaking to Malesenn though, like, would you have any friends if you didn't, always manipulate? We were your friends, and now all we just feel for you is hate. Risi, is this what you, is all like? Is this it for you? Like, there has to be something more that you can do. This isn't our fate. This is courage.
Oh my gosh.
All right, good courage. So, Marius, we come to you.
Seeing MD go down, I know we need to focus and we want to make this and end this as soon as possible. Oh, I'm going to do a what is it? Hunter's aim. Focus.
Do the thing where we just shoot lots of times.
Yeah.
Shoot the bow a bunch.
All right. 13, 30, 32.
Hits.
And that's 7.
You're
Solid.
not stoked right now. I had to heal. But
Yeah, you get plus 1 instead of 3.
11.
Alrighty.
Math.
Another arrow buries
Let's keep
itself
this
into
going.
Risi's side.
4 MD. Anger into these shots. We're gonna do the 2. Probably not on that one. That's an 8 for 22.
Not even close.
All right, come on.
I don't. But that's 20.
Yeah, it's a natural 20 on the attack roll. Which is what matters.
Ooh, third
So
one is
I'm just
solid.
gonna re-roll the whole damage on
And
that.
she's on the ground.
She
Oh,
stood
she's
up.
pinned.
She stood
She
up.
stood up.
Yep, that arrow will.
I'm saying she's not like floating.
Yeah, the
away.
arrow will pin her up into this already broken side of the wall here.
7, 11, 22,
What I like is how he rolled the damage and it's still the same.
29.
29.
Crits do be doing crit things.
Okay. Big hit. This arrow directly next to her sternum, right up into the almost center mass of her chest. The physical impact makes the body shudder.
And if
But-
I don't have haste, I think that's the end.
You still have haste. That is not sustained.
do.
You just keep that.
Oh, okay. So
That's for a minute, I
more.
believe.
Yep, you got like 5 more rounds of that one in you.
Nope.
The point is, you have it and you can use it.
MD, you're grabbed. You feel the power of friendship surge into you from healing from 3 different sources.
MD is still standing, but I'm breathing heavy. The 3 rounds of the cathartic magic has worn out, so I am now fatigued. I have -1 to my AC and saving throws, which is not great for this. But
Great.
he is seeing red. With his free hand, I'm going to grab out the pick and in one motion from low up high. To hit our good friend. No, I'm going to roll it separately because it might crit. Rolled a 5, but
It's not going. Oh, still my crit. Still my
anger,
crit.
Anger is always my friend here. Rolled a 2.
No.
Not
Um,
a crit.
Not a crit. Not a crit failure either. Not a
No.
1. And it comes.
Well, I mean, that might be a crit failure anyway, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter for her.
Yeah. I'm in for the card
right,
for the
right.
bane. As the pick comes up,
Oh no.
it drops back down for another 5.
Oh my gosh.
MD can do this. Scott!
Scott!
Let's put it back down!
Just put it back down. Don't even mark that one for 11.
Double digits.
Double
baby.
digits.
We're up there.
We're up there 24.
24 won't do it. She just shunts to the side. You're not even needing to remain on the floor, able to just drift out of the way of this.
I think you need to talk to your dice.
They're fine. They're doing great. They're
Is that it
tired.
for you?
Grab, draw, swing. I don't have quick draw. I need quick draw.
I'm just going to take this one off. These at the north end are no longer doing anything to contribute to the battle, but Risi's body here, as it floats from this telekinesis, almost looking like it's simply being puppeted, has taken so much damage that surely she should be dead. But still, Melisenn just carries this body around as she glides slightly to the side to pivot around MD before raising a hand and the daggers gathering up behind her. Arrow? Oh, that's true. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
That's
can't
true. She
move.
can do it for the second. She can do it from here. She'll just start from you. It brings her hand around to the side. She is stuck. She can't move first. The daggers whirling around behind her, massing and then shooting out in a straight line, ripping like a saw across the room through MD and EZ. I need reflex saves.
Roll a bunch of 10s.
It's very average. Very slightly below
It's
average.
below average.
26.
Fails.
25.
Fails.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Scott, somebody, hold on. Scott's here. I'm
I can
gonna
feel him in
guess
the
it's
room.
MD, but let me see. If it is for either of you, would you use it right here?
I would use it right here.
All right, well, let's see. It is for MD.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, it is.
Immediately
Yeah,
Scott,
reroll.
it is.
reroll it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. A 3.
No.
He says I shouldn't, but MD is my boy.
I rolled a 3.
A 3.
It's a
What's your
15 total. Actually, sorry. It's a 14 total. Fatigue.
Fatigued.
reflex?
Yeah.
Reflex.
That is
No.
a critical
18
failure.
total.
No,
18,
no, no,
18,
no,
18.
No, no,
That is still a critical failure.
Yep.
no.
Easy, you are going to take 23 points of damage.
Okay.
MD, you are going to take 46 points of damage.
Wow, that's a good thing.
At the front of this blast, as they surge through you. Before, with her hand up, she simply flicks her finger, and the arrow snaps and falls out from her body. Kami,
23, you said?
23, 46.
Enough.
22.
You and
He
Greenie
has
still
enough.
grab the tentacles here. You see Risi floating before you, this body just being strung along.
Does she look bad off?
She looks like she should be alive. Much less still fighting.
There's no time left for presents. I'm not gonna get out of this grab unless I drop a 20.
You go for it.
I'm gonna try and Spirit Blast, and I know that that's gonna need a DC 5 check, right? Even if it's a
You've got 2
Flat,
attempts at it.
Scroll.
just a DC 5 flat check. Scott in South Dakota, he's here. Give me your flat check.
okay,
Scott, you legend.
16 on the flat check.
You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Spirit blast.
Spirit Blast.
With
With, I would like to play Magical Reverberation. Play this after casting a spell. The spell's power reverberates in your mind. You can cast it one additional time. Without having it prepared or expending a spell slot, I have to do it by my next turn for this one. It
You-
will not die!
Hold this spell echoing around. Scott says, I can't let MD down.
Imagine
Take
getting to
this.
cast a 6th-level
Scott.
spell at level
I
7.
can't believe you're going to use it 3 times.
Oh my god!
You found a different card that lets you do it again.
The other one lets you do it once again that day.
What kind of a save is this?
Fortitude.
I will tell you,
That is the worst.
this boss has the best save between Melisenn and Risi for each saving throw.
Fortitude is bad. for both
Fortitude
of them.
is both of their.
Yelp.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's-
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
A rogue and a
Okay.
psychic.
Yeah, it's a basic fortitude
Amarone.
save for 16d6 force damage. Don't.
I can't, as in Truck said, it's for easy.
Exactly.
To him.
Say it's a 1. Say it's
Not a
one.
1.
The bless is right here
Come on.
waiting.
It's a 23.
That fails.
That fails?
that fails. My
Yeah.
DC's a 25. That fails.
16 D6.
Everybody pass their d6s in, baby. It's still not enough. Here we go.
How much? 8 and then dump.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
6.
I would have to roll this twice.
You can do that. That's
Okay.
what I
Yeah.
usually do for
Okay,
things like
here
that.
we
Just
go.
roll that twice.
All right, so the first half, we've got 6, 2, 5, so that's
22.
8. And I
so
rolled
20.
an 8.
He says it's 22.
22.
6,
37.
37.
Roll 4 more.
Roll 4 more. Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're actually right about that. It's 2 more.
52.
52.
52 points of force damage.
Force damage.
You cast this out.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This spirit blast. 52 points of damage. As it hits, you almost see a distortion from just the sheer power of the magic you pull out here. As it hits, the first thing you notice is that all of the tentacles disappear. The tendrils and the shadows recede immediately. You hear the clatter of steel on stone as dozens of knives fall to the ground. Risi simply goes limp. Her eyes roll back in her head, and she drops to the ground. In the corner by the fountain next to EZ, Melisenn jolts on the ground, physically recoils, and gasps for air. She grabs her side again where the first arrow hit her. Just laying on the ground looking up at Easy over her. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose blood it is. Whether it's ours or yours. But looking at the state of the room here, it's plenty of both. Does it make you feel better, Edelmate? Does it make you feel strong?
Actually, it does.
Well, congratulations. I hope you're happy with what you came here to do, but you can't stop this. Ritual's near complete before you even arrived. All we needed was the blood. Blood we now have plenty of. So thank you, all of you, for finishing what you started. And as she says that, MD, you hear a little pat on the ground next to you. And you look down, you just see Risi's hand moving very, very weakly, trying to brace herself, trying to roll herself over. She's somehow alive, but barely. She is clearly dying. Melisenn doesn't do anything. She's too weak. What does anyone do?
I'm definitely going to Boots of Speed, I believe is what I have.
Are we still in?
No, I've got the silver
You
bracelet.
can just
If
and,
we're
uh,
no longer in initiative,
rush back over.
then I'm
thinking
going
we're still
to
fine.
look over to Easy. When you say that she's dying, I take it to mean she's at 0 hit points.
Yeah, I can also. Oh wait, that same exact thing.
Oh, are you
Oh my
serious?
god, yeah.
I was gonna go see
No,
your
yeah.
girlfriend.
I'm gonna, yeah, like, seeing Risi dying, I'm gonna be like, I'm always bad at saying goodbye. I always cry. I'm not very tough, and I'm never strong enough, so please don't die. And I'm gonna cast Stabilize on her.
I walk over to Melisenn
He rushes to Risi. You go to Melisenn.
I hear the spell going on. I was like, oh, thank God. I go over to Melisenn. This is sword. I'm just going to put it in her throat.
As you walk up with a sword, you hear a voice from behind you. You raise the blade, and you hear a cough. And then Risi, you blasted bitch! And she pulls her head up from the ground, just barely, looks up at Easy, and then looks over towards MD and Melisenn. You did all of this! Laos said it could have been anyone! You picked them! Why? Do you stab her, or do you give her a second to answer?
Give her a second to answer.
Melisenn looks over towards Risi. I didn't have a choice. You had plenty of choice! Because you felt like you were losing your grip on him because you couldn't control him? Is that what it was? Oh, you made a damn mistake putting your mind in mine. She's the reason you don't even know who you are. Melisenn did this. She picked all of you because she was losing you. Because you were asking... Oh, you were asking too many questions. You would have blindly followed her wherever she went. She didn't feel like she could trust you. And she thought you were going to turn me. She thought she was losing control. So she gave it a Laos. It was her damned idea to give you to the Mad Poet in the first place. It wasn't Waterlight's ritual, it was hers!
Sounds like you're finally getting the picture.
And she was right about one thing.
None of this is connecting to Carcosa! Not directly. It's connecting to her! She's the one benefiting from this. All of this, she's feeding it into herself.
What a shame you didn't get a damn one of them. They're all unconscious.
And Melisenn just looks up. Like I said, there's plenty of blood. Do it, then.
I'm going to drop the blade and just wrap my hands around her throat.
Knock her out and we'll deal with her after this ritual's canceled.
There's also something I want to do, but I don't need to interrupt this.
What do you do?
I want to do something absolutely insane.
Okay.
Because I was imagining that Marius is thinking that, it's about blood, so contamination is bad, and also... I think you're thinking I'm going to do something smarter than I'm about to do.
I think you're going to start licking the floor.
I mean, maybe I'll do that too. But my actual idea was that I pull out the soap and towel I had from the bathhouse.
What?
He does have that.
Start cleaning the blood.
And start cleaning the blood
It
off
erases
the
the
floor.
ritual.
And trying to contaminate it with
Marius
soap and bubbles.
Frantically scrubbing the floor. In the back is MD, strangles Melisenn.
Maybe I can wring out the towel. And
She
snack on
is-
some
This
of
is
it.
like some Sopranos scene or something.
She is at the verge of death.
Oh my god.
And as her eyes roll back in her head, you feel her go limp in your grasp. You feel her body drop. Risi lays her head back down on the floor, too weak to move. Right as you feel the life leave her, she convulses. Her whole body twitches. Her mouth opens in a wordless scream, her eyes rolling back so
Ready
far
for round 3.
as her body bloats and contorts. Her limbs thrashing wildly. It knocks you back. As her bones, her skin, her hair all seem to warp and meld into something different, into a shape. She expands into a pillar of flesh with a blank, faceless maw. Writhing on the floor as her fingers extend into enormous talons. You hear her voice emanate
Goramite?
out from this creature.
This is from Risi or from
This is
Melisenn?
Melisenn.
Melisenn.
I have been given a gift. I will prepare this world for the Yellow King's coming. I have been made formless. I am no longer restrained by the weakness of our flesh. This figure is towering even on the ground, 12 feet tall, clearly, as it continues to warp, to jerk, and to expand. She pounds one fist into the ground, bringing herself over to kneel. There's no face to express, but she continues. You could have joined me. This could have been all of our moment. You could have been my champions. Together, we could have made this world something greater. Oh. And she doubles over, almost in pain. This feelings I never could have imagined. Her body ripples, bellowing, bubbling, almost. And she starts to sink a little, losing what humanity is left in this shape. No, wait. Why isn't it working? Why is it fading? What's wrong? Because not a single cultist could give themselves to the Stella. The form destabilizes. It becomes a mass, a writhing pile of flesh, pallid and formless. Melisenn can't even scream as this erupts into a lifeless mass on the floor.
Don't mind me, soloed the first and the last phase of the fight.
The chanting stops. And the room falls silent.
I did warn her she had no power for this.
I'll run over to MD.
A lifeless mass of flesh, you say?
It was sentient about 10 seconds ago.
Oh my gosh, dude.
To Trey for playing the objective, do dumb stuff with it.
That's right.
And some ganker, a hero play at the
Oh
end.
my gosh.
You rush over to MD.
Desperate
Yes, the
swing.
laying on hands. Laying on all the hands.
I believe you had two more.
I had one, and then is Greenie around?
Greenie,
He made it?
writhing on the floor for a moment,
Come here,
rushes
boy!
over and jumps back up on you, arms spread.
I need the juice!
Just terrified.
Perfect!
Shoots his tongue up and hits you.
I imagine he comes out of nowhere. He like the little doctors, like the little thing that you have or whatever.
So
We get to work.
even though you didn't get to cast it a third time, you still had 3 6-level spells
You still had
as a level 7 character.
MD.
All right, then I think we should just leave.
Yeah, I go to
Absolutely.
I go to Risi and I'll just
Rituals
whisper some
failed.
nothings. Soothe level 1.
You soothe her.
Yeah.
Gonna
And
walk
she is
over.
unconscious.
Stable.
And you, I mean, any healing is enough healing for her to still in a lot of pain, obviously.
Yeah. I
But
picked up on my one shoulder.
she starts to move a little bit as you pick her up. Wait. Hold on. Put me down. I don't have the strength to fight, even if I still thought it was what I should do. But I'm as much a part of all of this as Melisenn was. I'm not going to beg you for forgiveness. Do what you will. And she lowers her head. You see her mashing her eyes shut, just her head bowed down on her hands and knees on the floor.
The only person here who had to forgive you already did. We said we didn't want to kill you.
I'm just gonna grab her by under the shoulder and just pick her up.
I'd like to whip out. I
The
still
gun.
have not. Sorry, Kevin. I would like to whip out. I still have the 1 charge a day from my healing wand.
We have some resources
After
on
all
us.
this.
Boop.
And I'll just kind of gently set it on her shoulder as it flows into her, and I'll say, you know, I don't know how I used to feel about it, but at least from what I do remember, I like you a whole lot better than I liked her.
Are you all mad?
Pretty much.
Do you
I
want to
don't
hear
even remember me. I've done nothing but try to kill you since you arrived in Thrushmore.
That's not true.
Easy likes you enough.
I mean, we're all
Easy.
Martin.
What is that even short for?
Whatever's on the violin.
Whatever's on the
Yeah,
island. We
actually, I don't know that.
I'll pull out my namesake, which is just a
We-
dented tray.
have a long
You
story
still
to-
have on you.
Yeah, I'm keeping it.
We could tell you the story over drinks when you're feeling better.
I trusted Melisenn.
I think we all did.
Yep.
I,
At least you got to see the truth.
yeah, I suppose. At least there was something there. Well, you forced her to give me that at least. When she was in my head, I saw everything. Every scheme, every plan, every thought she had. None of us are anything but tools for her. This is all she wanted. This joining, everything since Lau was left. Hell, even when he was here, he was too stupid to know the difference. I don't know what these Stellar are supposed to do. I have her thoughts, but that doesn't mean I understand them. But, well, I guess you're starting to catch on. She did all of this. Well, what do we do now?
Fix the town. Put everything back to normal.
We're gonna find Laos too, maybe. Cut his tongue out for old times.
Beat his face in.
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on. That's not a terrible idea, honestly. No, not the tongue thing, but Laos.
Yeah.
He was there. He met the mad poet. He's the one who gave your minds up, right?
Him and Melisenn.
Well, he's got whatever it was he wanted, whatever it was he got in trade. If we can find him, or we can find this mad poet. If he can take mine, surely he can trade him back, right? Maybe?
Possibly.
Yeah, we'll just give Laos mine.
I don't think
We also
There's
have
not
to-
much up there.
There's not much.
From what I
Not even-
understand, we are certainly not above it.
We also have to find Wirelai again.
Well, let me make one thing clear. I don't know what you remember, and I don't know what you'll think if you ever do. Malesenn was a black-hearted demon who had nothing but her own interests at heart, but
Took you this long to figure that out.
Carcosa. I gave up my life for this. I left everything behind. I came here to help her, to run all this together and to try to make this dream real. Regardless of the fact that Melisenn herself was just pulling this over on me, that hasn't changed. Whatever you think of me, whatever we do now, I still believe in this. And if there's an opportunity to make it happen, I'll do it.
We've already told plenty of people. We don't care what you do about the ritual now that we're gone. That was our goal.
I can't do anything with this. I don't know magic. I don't know how to make this function. Not some kind of wizard.
Put in some research. Devote your life to it. Maybe you'll learn what it actually does.
I think the best way I have to get any further information about this is to follow you.
It's fine by me.
I know it would make some of us, not trying to name names or
Martin.
anything, really happy.
What do you think, Easy?
Yeah, I mean, we can approach this Carcosa stuff later, but for now, you gotta get better. And, we're gonna be on a ship or something. Be fine. We'll,
Well, I know he left
That's it.
for Kathir. I know he was stopping in Casimir to meet with that alchemist of his. And,
We've got a map.
oh,
Traces
well,
out the route.
couldn't be easier. Well, what are we waiting for if we all survive this? What's the count going to do to us?
And just kind of real quickly yelling off towards the other room where there's still 4 conscious
They are
ones.
definitely not, like, they have stopped. At this
Yeah.
point, they're just kind of meekly gathered around at the end of the hall, not sure what to do.
Yeah, just towards them.
Rituals failed. Clean everything up.
Rituals canceled.
Rituals
Rituals
canceled.
Go home
Strike
now.
the set. Go
Rain
home.
check. Rain check.
Well,
None of you are dying today, thankfully.
I don't know you, Easy.
Still me.
I've talked to you enough to know that's not entirely true.
Just
Trust
means you
me, I
get to
wish-
love him again.
You're, I don't know. You're a different person.
We all changed.
You're not Martin. But Azizi's pretty cute too.
True love.
I would like to cast message
Not cute.
on easy. It's kiss her now, kiss her. That's your move. That's the opening.
Do I roll for that?
Roll for kiss.
Oh my gosh, no.
Do I have one of
Hold
Cupid's
on.
arrows?
Do you want to just make a flat check?
Performance.
Performance.
Get it up.
Okay, wait.
No,
We got hero points.
You gotta do better than that. Remember, you're trading.
This is Nebula. Thank you.
315, is this what you thought your hero point was doing? Rolling to kiss his girlfriend?
You can't do it too.
No, roll to make up with your ex. Yeah. All right, dude.
Come on.
We fixed her.
I was going in. I almost slipped on some blood on the floor. And I'm like, okay, 11 plus 17 is 28.
That's a good kiss.
That's a good kiss.
I would call
dude.
that a good actor like movie scene kiss.
What do you do?
How do you end it?
What happens?
Yeah, no.
Bump heads.
Yeah, I looked at everybody and was like,
Yeah.
Oh, he was. I put my hand over Cammy's eyes.
yeah, and then I would just pull her in, and then
Yeah.
just go.
Big fun.
And that,
Yes.
everyone,
We did it.
ends
No way, dude.
the Thrushmore Terror.
Nobody died.
I about died.
You were like 1 hit off.
no. If
Because piercing instantly kills you.
yeah, if
Nobody
I didn't
died.
have my reaction.
That
Nobody
is the
went
end.
down.
Yeah,
Nobody went down. You
Oh
guys,
my god.
you guys rolled so well.
Somebody better go down after this.
You,
Hey.
you
Take it
guys rolled so well on like everything that mattered.
Oh my
To be fair,
gosh.
I didn't have to roll any saves. That helped a lot for me.
But that's the end of chapter 2 of Strange Aeons. When this show returns in a couple weeks for chapter 3, The Dreams of the Yellow King, we'll pick back up with the story of our adventurers here. And, well, their new friend.
You old friend.
New old friend. Risi and Melisenn.
Yeah, but I'll sign that petition.
He's feeling his oats right now, that's for sure.
There's going to be some knife prints around here.
Thank you all
Oh, yeah.
for joining us. Thank you for the incredible support to the finale. A lot of hero points made a lot
Oh
of
my
difference
gosh.
in that fight.
Yeah.
Several wheels and woes
insane.
coming through.
He's got the deck.
I got 8 that I've used. I started with 1.
Whoa. Dude.
I'm playing Magic the Gathering.
No, he needed it to be the tank. Like,
I can't believe nobody went down.
I can't believe
you
I
guys
tanked
that.
did great. That's
that was even worse because of a sealed fate.
gonna.
Yeah.
I knew what sealed fate was going into this. It was dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the end of our episode and the end of our season. The UGT show will be back tomorrow afternoon, though, because there are always more dice to roll and there is always more Pathfinder to play. Abomination Vaults will continue tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's an absolute fiesta. That is,
I'm playing a Knoll.
I don't think we do shows that aren't, really. That's, if you haven't checked it out yet, if you're fans of Age of Ashes, a lot of the Age of Ashes cast over there. We gave Nick Roisin Dalren his own show to run, and by God, he is running it. This is one of the better decisions we have made for sure, is letting this man be the GM. And then, if you want something a little bit different from your usual fare, there's things very similar to Pathfinder that are not Pathfinder, notably something we've not heard of called Starfinder. Wednesday evenings, we've got our late night weekday show, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for some secrets between the stars, which is also starting to seem like it would be an appropriate title for this adventure, honestly.
Yeah.
Possibly even more so. It is a sci-fi clown fiesta. They're all clown fiestas. All we do are clown fiestas.
Jamming.
They have had dance-off.
Yes.
They have rated vending machines.
Yes.
They have had awkward robot first dates.
Yes.
It's
It's going well.
very big tonal shift from Strange Aeons, so we'll tell you that.
It's a different type of
You want
secrets
some
between the
lighter
stars.
fare, perhaps? There you go. Check them out. All the UGT shows are an undeniably good time. I said the thing. And if you want some more content, we're about to record a post show here for
gonna be
the
a
end of
good
our
one.
finale. We've over on
a lot of
Patreon or
complaints.
Coffee. If you support us for $5 a month, you get access to all of our bonus content, which right now is a post show after every single episode of every actual play, live play series that we do. Talking about things, getting some behind the scenes. We'll probably get to talk somewhat about the mechanics of this boss fight and the final phase you managed to skip entirely
Oh my gosh.
by not letting a single cultist sacrifice themselves, which is impressive, honestly.
Fighter-Man, do fighter things.
We've also got
Dude.
some fine partners: Arkan Forge, Eldritch Foundry, Norse Foundry, Code UGT Show. Gets you discounts and deals on all of those sites and help support us directly as well. Good night, everybody. Nobody went down.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody
stress.
No stress.
broke.
Oof.
And I think with the end of a
Oh, yeah.
chapter,
Come
Ooh.
on.
it's
baby.
more
Come
than
on.
fair that we give you guys
Ugh.
a little
I'll keep mine.
bit of a
You,
start.
you can leave those on there.
With your cult activities and Thrushmore soon to be behind you. That's gotta feel pretty good.
Oh, come on, Melisenn reset her stress completely.
Suddenly,
Killing
all
Melisenn put you to
my
zero.
problems are gone, baby.
Enjoy your weekends,
I knew it would
everybody.
make me feel better.
Stay safe. Stay sane.